We're starting with less than nothing to try to build the ultimate ranch on New Hope. And that's right, we're starting with less than scratch. We're in the hole, $150,000 to start this ranch. But before we even get to that, we got to buy some equipment to get this off the ground. So I have maxed out my line of credit at $150,000. We managed to pick up a new to us, Ford F350 flat deck, which should help us on this ranch. Now, like I said, we've just kind of starting to dip our toe in here. I can't afford to buy, anything much nicer than this at this point in time. I have pretty much spent everything that I have right now, and this is all I have to show for it. So the whole reason I'm out here taking on the debt, guys, is I want to start by building this small 10-acre farm. That's right, we have 10 acres of land, the shed, a trailer to sleep in, and a few pieces of equipment. I want to take this farm and eventually build it so I can purchase the old family heritage farm out in the county that has roughly 160 acres. Now, a developer currently owns the old heritage farm. It's been purchased, it's been abandoned for years. They've got plans to put a windmill farm on this and knock everything down. I want to buy this and take it over. Current asking price is $2.5 million for the farm and land. So we need to raise that with the 10-acre farm that we've purchased and the $150,000 we have in debt. So let's go over my plan and exactly what equipment we have to enact that plan. Of course, we got the F350. We have a cultivator in order to tear up some fields. We do have that Great Plains seeder so we can plant some grass. And I'm doing bales, so of course we need a mower deck to take care of that. And everything's going to be worked with the 6610 Ford. This old Ford tractor we picked up was around $35,000, but it's totally rebuilt. Thing is in mint condition, I have to admit. Now, this old tractor will have to take care of everything on the farm going forward, from, of course, cultivating, cleaning up these fields, or building these fields. Gonna have to take care of the seeding, also the harvesting once we get into that season. So we'll be doing the mowing, of course, and baling, which that's going to be a whole other problem going forward. But I think the 6610 can handle it. Look at the tires on this thing. Those things are some serious knobbies. I love that. That's great. Those should really tear up those fields. I love it. Now, before we get into the fields, just a quick reminder to go down to the bottom and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And of course, just hit the like while you're down there. That goes a long ways to help out the channel. And mobile users, I think only. There's a new feature for you. You go down to the bottom of your video and click the hype button. Hype this video up. That's an all new way, mobile users, you can help us out here on the channel. Really would appreciate you guys hitting that and getting us up there in the rankings. So let's get into the field finally and do a little bit of work. Let's get a little bit of work done out here finally. It's a great day we're not doing hay yet. It's a great day to get into the fields and start building some fields for hay though. So we got our cultivator hooked up with the Ford, of course, our only tractor that we're gonna be running for the foreseeable future. But I need to build this ranch up. Now, I have zero plans right now on this particular area of putting any livestock. Let's get that clear. We're not doing any livestock on this area. I need to find a way to make some cash, be able to get that $2.5 million to buy the old homestead back. Now, I'm going to do that really by building these fields, taking the most of this 10 acres up right away, using this all for, hay, grass, bales. That is going to be the starting plan for the next bit. So, right down to the tree line, try to use as much of this land up as I possibly can. So in order I can, of course, plant some grass and get some hay bales off this. That'll be what we're doing going forward. We're going to have to load it up with a truck. But of course, we're going to need to make some purchases at some point with that. Now, my biggest thing I'm thinking right now is I want to expand this field, this area. There's a couple fields around here, some plots of land. We're going to be able to buy. I mean, you can look off in the distance here and see tons of land. Huge tracts of land we can purchase and take care of that going forward. So that's kind of what's in the back of my mind as we go round and round here, finishing off these fields. So cultivating is pretty much done. We're gonna have to go back on down and start getting busy with planting. Yeah, we're gonna put some grass seed down on this and build these into some hay fields. Looks pretty darn good. It's not the biggest, it's definitely not the biggest ranch out there, but it's a good start for our first month out here on New Hope. I think we'll be all right going forward. It's just we do have quite a bit of money we're going to have to pay back, of course, to start with, and think about that. In fact, just looking at the old bank account, there might be a bit of a problem we need to fix. There we go. The bank corrected its mistake. Into the field we go with the Great Plains. This cedar looks actually kind of big behind the Ford here. She's a bit bigger than I was expecting, but the Ford can handle this. The Ford, like I said, is only 105 horsepower is what it's rated to. This motor has just been rebuilt. Everything's been rebuilt. It's pretty much brand new, in fact. But we're going to be putting some abuse to this thing as time goes on. Now, grass seed's going in, so we'll take a few months. We should be able to do a harvest by the end of this year. Yeah, we should have one harvest this year. And we're going to need it, to be perfectly honest. I am going to be spending $500 a month servicing my debt. The credit line is costing me $500 a month. That's a lot, not a ton, but it's something I definitely have to keep my eye on. Now, that means I'm not going to be able to buy land until I pay that credit line down. That's something I need to find out. I got to have money to buy land, of course. Now, I can finance vehicles and equipment still, so that's still another debt I can take on, but I can't put any more money on the old credit line. It is maxed out at $150,000 since, well, our trailer and our land, to be honest, aren't really worth all that much. Now, look at all these stones. Yeah, I'm gonna have to push those in. I bought a roller for a couple $1,000. Still have $5,000 in the old bank account, but I need a field roller, which is going to help out, of course, with the yield on the field and get those stones out so it doesn't damage my equipment quite as quickly as well. Now, this is by no means anything of any size. All of, how many is it? Three meters? Yeah, this is gonna take me a bit. Now, the cultivator is the same size as this. Our swather is the same size as this as well, so I might as well get you. Oh, easy there. Holy, get out of the way. We might as well get used to dealing with the small sizes here, and it's just going to be something we're going to have to deal with going forward. Away we go, up the hill. Looks good as long as it's pushing all those stones back down into the field as well. I don't want to have to deal with those for a while. Yeah, looks good. Perfect. I love that. So all these stones are going to get pushed back down into the ground. Looks like this roller can take care of all of it. We didn't dig up any big ones, just pretty minor stones. Instead of stone picking, we'll go and push them all back down and in. Also, this, of course, is going to help with the yield on our fields here, so that's good. Oh boy, easy. Turn. Nice. Which is a little heavy, it seems like. I do have a weight on the front of this, but it's still not quite enough. All right, finished all this off. Let's head back on down, but I think we're good. Yeah, that's pretty much it for August. I think everything's planted. Everything has been taken care of for the most part and is ready to go for harvest season, which we should be able to harvest before the end of the year. Unfortunately, I got no money to spend really on anything else, so I guess we're going to be sitting on our thumbs for a bit. I'll see you guys in harvest season. All right, moisture levels look pretty low, but hay is ready to be cut. Well, grass is ready to be cut, I suppose. Time to get into the field now. As much as I would love to, I don't have enough money, I don't think, to start haying. I don't have money for a rake. I don't have the money for a tedder. I think we're gonna keep this simple. We're gonna bale this with just grass bales. Simple grass bales. I know it's not enough money. I just don't want to go. I've already got to go into debt and finance a baler, it looks like. So that's already an expense. I'd rather not do a tedder and a baler at the same time. I think that's just gonna be too much. Now, I know we're not technically should be using the swather in this orientation, but hey, it seems to be working just fine, so I'm really not complaining. Actually, it's doing a really good job. Surprisingly so. I thought I was going to run into more problems than this, so more than happy with what we've got here. It would be nice if we had a little bit more width, but that's story of my life right there, I guess, right? All right, we've got this all finished up for the most part. Now, hey, I'm going to be running into a problem here very quickly. Yeah, the grass has all been taken down with a swather. I need to find a way to bale this, and, well, I haven't bought a baler yet. On top of that, I don't have a lot of money. Fortunately, this John Deere baler is only $13,000, only requires the 55 horsepower. The question is, how long do we finance this for? 6 months, 1 year, or 2 years? 2 years at 10% is only $625, but I think 1 year at like $1,200 a month. I think that's our best bet. Yeah, I think so. We're going to be spending $1,200 a month on this baler. I don't know exactly how much we're going to get for our grass bales, or even how many grass bales we're going to get yet. Like, we're unproven right now, so all of this is a little bit of a risk. If I can't make a payment this winter, this potential that I could lose this baler. The bank could repossess this thing if I am unable to make my payments. So I do need to make sure that I'm on top of this. Hopefully we get enough. The big problem is going to be this winter, because I'm not going to get another harvest off this probably till April. So I've got a few months to go where I'm not going to have any money in the old bank account. Potentially this winter. This winter could be rough for me. Should have thought that through a little bit more. Like, I really need to hope that we get plenty of bales off this so that we can afford to pay off that debt. On top of which, I still have that $500 a month I need to pay off for our line of credit. So we're up to $1,700 a month by my math going forward. Yeah, that's a lot more than I was kind of planning on spending right now. Maybe I should have went with 2 years instead of 1. Why didn't somebody tell me? I'm in trouble. That's more than I was expecting. On the bright side, I didn't even realize how well the rake worked on this particular baler. It seems to be able to take 2 rows, well, from that swather at the same time at least. I'm kind of happy about how well that's working out. I mean, that's half the passes we have to do right now. We're not even raking this yet. So that's all right. Look at that. Takes them both up, no problem whatsoever. I've got about, we've got 21 bales you can see off of this field. 22 bales. Hey, that's actually not bad. That's better than I was expecting, I think. I think we're looking pretty good right now for bales. We should be all right. I just have to pick these up with the truck. We're going to go, you know what, just grab 2 of them for now. We'll just grab 2, and we'll take these down just to see what our prices are looking at, because I'm kind of curious. Kind of want to know. I'm not holding on to these for the winter. So 1,200, so that's about $650 per bale. That's okay with 20, so you could do the math on that. About, what, should be 10 grand-ish? Something like that, about $10,000. We're up to $17,000. There you go. So yeah, it was about 10 grand worth of bales on that field for the 20. That ain't bad. Okay. I think I can work with that, guys. I think we can work with that. Yeah, $17,000 to make it through until about April. I think we should be okay to keep on paying off our $500 credit line, as well as the $1,200 financing loan on the baler. I think we're good. So I'll see you guys after the winter. We should be back to harvesting bales again. Back to baling come the summer. I said summer. Well, look at this fog. This is terrible. You can't see anything on this farm at all. It's just socked right on in out here in the ranch. Oh well, I never let weather stop me before. Let's get into this field. Moisture levels are totally fine for us. It's no rain, but it's just super, I guess, humid? It must be super humid for this amount of fog to be out there. Anyways, we're going to get into this field. We're going to make some more bales. Made it through the winter. We got $7,500 still in the old bank account. So that is pretty much kind of what we thought, right? We about 10 grand it cost us through the winter on charges between finances and our credit line. I think we're okay there, but we're really not making much headway. I'm expecting that by the end of today, once we get this harvest done, we'll be around, what, $17,000, $18,000, something like that. Once again, we're making about 10 grand per harvest right now on the 10 acres. We'll see exactly how we make do, but not great. We need to figure out something else with this grass. Because, yeah, it's going to be a long slog if we don't do more than what we're doing right now. Now, granted, this is only our second harvest. Don't worry, we got time to find ways of optimizing. The baler's still doing its work. We're making some bales. Like I said, we'll make another 10, 11,000, 12,000 maybe. Can I get 12 off this 10-acre field? Maybe by the end we should be able to. Maybe we can use that money for something better. Actually, I've already got a plan. Who am I kidding? Let's get this unknown. Let's get this all done, and we'll get into our plan. Now, I also have to think about bale net. We do need to buy some bale net at some point. It's $1,000 for bale net. So just have to keep that in mind. We've got to make sure we have money for that if we were ever to need it, because that could be a bit of an issue. That would suck not to have it. All right, off we go, selling off our bales. Let's see how much money we can possibly get out of this. Fingers crossed. First sale going in should be like I said, I'm hoping for 10 grand. There's 2,100, and we're up to 18,851. Okay, cool. That's what I wanted to see, you guys. All right, so we're back into July now. And we've let the hayfield come back up. We should get 3 cuts off this, but I'm thinking it's time to change things up. We still got $13,000 in the account, of course, from losing money from servicing our debts. I think I might be able to do some more that I want. That doesn't make any sense. I got some plans on things I want to do more of. I can't buy fields yet. Any fields around me are going to cost $50,000 minimum, so I've got to find other ways to make more money. Yeah, fields are not an option. There's no other work to be had out here. So, well, how else can I possibly make money other than optimizing my farm, my ranch? That's the thing we're going to have to think about going forward. So we're going to knock all this grass back down, but I'm thinking, can we turn this into hay? Moisture levels are looking good. We're still really low moisture in this field, so turning this into hay shouldn't be a problem. I just need the equipment to turn this grass. I can't let it cure in the field, unfortunately, as much as I would love to. Why can't we do that? Can we find a way to make that happen still? Never seems to cure for me. I think that's something we still need to find a way to make work. Anyways, we need to get a tedder, of course. I need to ted this field, which also technically means I should get a rake or a windrow, so I could rake these into rows at least and make it a little bit easier to bale up afterwards. So there is an option for $5,000, $5,600. I think we might pick up this tedder here, which will allow us to do a little bit more work in the fields. This should actually help us out. I don't have to spend any extra, take any extra loans out. I don't have to do anything like that in order to pick this up, and it's actually quite large in the grand scheme of things. It's not like it's not massive by any means, but from what I've been using lately, this actually is a decent size. So let's go through the field. We'll ted this whole thing up, and we'll flip this grass over so we can get some hay out of it, and then hopefully we can rake and bale this. Now, if I can't find a rake, I of course could bale this as is. I'd really like not to have to do that. That's just a lot of extra passes we'll have to make to try to pick all this up. Hopefully I can find a rake. We'll make a couple more passes here, and it looks like everything's turned to hay already. It's so dry here, I should have been able to just bale this as is, but anyways, I digress. We have headed, and we should be good to go. Let's get this all back on down to the ranch. Another thing I need to figure out is some better storage for our equipment, but that's really pretty low on the old spectrum here. We can just park everything around the trailer. Let's go take a look at what our options are going to be as far as rakes go. Look what I found here. Look at this, look at this, look at this. I've got this tiny, I mean, it's nothing special. Don't get me wrong. I found a tiny rake for $8,000, but I can get it for $6,000 as well. Now this one's tinier. It's only 2.8 meters. It's all I could really afford. $6,000, just terrible. It is what it is. Let's spend our money. I think we're going to have to buy this, and yeah, we're going to be stuck with this going forward. I think that's the way it is. That's all I've got money for right now. I mean, I got $1,500 the old account. We're going to make some money from these bales to be able to pay our debts still, but I've got to be careful. Once again, I cannot be at $0 after we've sold everything off, because I need to have money for the winter, and obviously have money for, well, both of our debts right now we're still paying off. I still have a couple more months left on the baler. All right, let's get this thing into the field. That's got to be raised up. There we go. Okay, I couldn't figure out how to get that to fall down properly. That makes more sense. We can leave the far side up, I guess. Let's just get into this field and rake this thing up. And down the far side. Yeah, there we go. I should be able to double up the rake on this, so we'll make one row down the center, and I can kind of go on both sides of it, just push all of the hay up against it. That is kind of my plan. We'll probably should I do a headland first? I don't know yet. We'll figure this out on the fly. This is it's a pretty small rake. Yeah, I was hoping we could get something a little bit more substantial, something closer to the size of that tedder, but that's not really an option for us at this point in time. So we're going to make do with what we got, and this is still going to make my life a little bit easier than having to take the baler one tiny row at a time, because there's just while it does have a rake attached to the baler to some degree, it's not even this size. So this is actually not terrible. Like, that's some pretty good sized rows there. Even with this tiny little rake, we're still getting a little bit there. I should probably put that guard down at some point. I don't know how to get the guard down, guys. I tried and I failed. The guard can stay up for now. It's not in my way. It's totally fine the way it is. It's totally fine. Rake done. Let's go get the baler. Let's go get the baler. We'll bale this bad boy up. Let's see here. We've got lots of bale nets still. Well, I don't know about a lot, but we have enough, I think, to get through this whole field. Still got half a roll. I think that should be enough. Barely enough. Barely enough. All right, let's go take these off. I feel like I got less bales this time than I did last time. I think we're getting 20 bales roughly of grass. We're not getting that of hay, but they're worth more, so it kind of equals out in the wash. Not quite. We almost made $13,000 this year. Not quite. Like $12,000. Yeah, I think we've made more just with grass. I don't know if there's any. It seems like there's not much point in doing the hay almost at this point in time. I know the values are different this time of year. It's kind of the low season. But still, like, even if I only made $1,000 more, that's tough to justify. Oh well, what do we do? You know what? We're gonna do one another time. We'll see if we get more value out of the hay come the fall. I'll see you guys in a few months when we're ready to harvest again. And just like that, we're into the fall in October. Guys, I've paid off the baler. Finally, the baler is paid off. I no longer have that $1,200 a month over my head. It's officially fully ours, but still owe $500 a month on the $150,000 I owe on the line of credit. Regardless of which, let's get back into the field. We're gonna make some more hay today. Time to make some more hay. You guys know the drill. We're doing this once again. Let's get the Ford into the field. We're going to drop down the swather here. We'll knock all this down, and then Ted, and of course rake her on up. So this will take me a little bit of time once again. It is what it is. Let's get into this. All right, everything's finished up. We've raked, just ready to start baling. Time to bale the hay up. Let's go back to the farm. And you know what? I just realized we're short on the bale net. We did run out almost last season. Time to fill this thing back up. So a minor expense. Of course, we had to make sure we had $1,000 for it. And then we're back in baling now. Just judging by what we've done so far, it looks like I still think we're getting less bales of hay than we would have grass, but to be honest, I'm not fertilizing this field at all or anything like that. So that's something I could do maybe if we wanted to take care of that and maximize things, but it's only 10 acres. I don't know. I need to buy a spreader then, and then have to buy fertilizer. That seems like a lot more expenses. Let's just see what we've got from our bales this go round. So yeah, $15,000. I think we're looking a little bit better off the top of my head. It looks like we made a little bit more than we did last year. Last harvest, I should say. Yeah, it looks. Yeah, we're a little bit better. Not tremendous, but guys, that was a little bit better this time. Okay. I mean, okay, so this is better season for selling hay. That's kind of what I'm chalking that up to. It's not just the 12,000. We actually made about 15 that time. Still tough to justify buying all that extra equipment. I mean, we spent another 10 grand on equipment. That's going to take a few years to pay that back just off the increase in profits. All right, it's officially April. Another year, another winter we've made it through. Still decent amount of money since we're only paying the $500 a month now instead of the $1,700. But yeah, we're back into the fields again. Let's go. It's another great day for hay. I feel like we're doing a lot of haying lately. Tons and tons of hay in. Yeah, it's good. Don't worry, I'm not complaining. Just I would love to find a way to get bigger fields now. Like I feel like we're just not quite there. That's something I need to work on a little bit. I need to buy more land. This 10 acres, it's just not enough. Like we're barely able to meek through. It seems like we're barely able to meek through the year right now, and barely able to make small minor upgrades. I would love to be able to finally buy some more fields, and like I said, I need 50 grand in order to upgrade the fields, and I've got $150,000. Oh, and that's a long ways away. See, we gotta really find a way to maximize this, and I'm not quite sure yet how to maximize what we're doing with the $15,000 or $14,720 I have in my account. I need to find a way to make this hay make the day. Does that make any sense? Yeah, no, you guys know what I mean. Like I said, we're struggling. This is the 6th time we've ran through this. This is 6 harvests on this. Year 3, of course. Technically year 2. I don't know yet. We're not making a lot of headway yet, guys. I got one more thing up my pocket here, maybe after this, but we'll finish off this hay. We'll see what kind of money we make off the hay here. Maybe it's closer to 15 grand this time, and then we can kind of make a little bit more of a dent into future ambitious projects. But the amount of haying we're doing on 10 acres is kind of crazy. We've refilled the baler once again. Things are looking good with the baler. Baler's working out just fine. This makes my life pretty easy if we rake it up properly, like we have been. Yeah. This is totally fine. And then we'll see if we can sell this off. We're up to 23 last bales. Last bales going at 25. Huh. Yeah, nothing special. Like I'm still, and you can see our environmental scores dropping down as well. Guys, we're not doing great here. It's a very slow growth process. So I got the 25 grand in the bank account. I think it's time we tried something a little bit more ambitious. Yeah, I think it's time we went a little bit more into this. I don't know if this is going to be the end all be all, but there's one more option we have ahead of us. And luckily, The used vehicle sale market is working out pretty well. The Colossus Lightning Wrap Baler, or Wrapper, I should say, is on sale right now for 42% off. Yeah, it's used. It's not exactly the colors. We'll have to make sure we repaint that, but yeah, I think this might work out fine. I think I think this will be a great, right? We'll put some Randy Wrap Green on there, and maybe this might be the solution to my problem. So instead of doing hay, we've gone from grass to hay. Now we're going over to silage. Silage, the value for silage, of course, is much more. I no longer have to worry about tedding, and I can just wrap them now. The only problem we're going to run into with this is that I can't sell them right away. Of course, we need to stack the bales off the side of the field and let them sit for a month or two, let them ferment, and then we'll be able to sell them off. So there's no instant gratification here. We have to wait our time and make sure these bales ferment. I would love to do a silage pit, but that's not quite in the op. There's the amount of equipment we would need to make that happen. Guys, that's not in the cards. So let's go get the baler back out. We've got the grass. Grass has been knocked down with a swather already. Let's go get the baler. We'll bale this up one more time, and then we'll run that wrapper through the field. Now, there's you guys might have noticed something special about that wrapper. We'll see how well it runs, though. I mean, we got to bale things first, but we'll see how it runs after we bale this up. Yeah, this is great. So I don't even have to rake this anymore. You can see we can pick up 2 rows at a time with the baler once again. Really saving my time. If I had a bigger rake, I would do it, but with this one, I think the baler is good enough to take care of 2 rows. That's enough for me going forward. Just looking at the amount of bales we have here, I didn't double check the count yet, but it feels like we got a little bit more bales than we have in with the hay at least. I feel like we're getting closer, like to 22, 23 bales. So that's good one, since we're just wrapping them now instead of making them into hay. I like that. Speaking of which, let's go test out this new wrapper we got. Now, like, this is just not any wrapper. This is updated a little bit. It makes things go a little bit faster than you would expect. Just hold on tight. Just hold on tight to the controls and look at the bales done. No problem. No questions asked. It could use some work, actually. I'm just noticing the damage report on this. It looks like it could use some time in the shop, but maybe we'll take care of that later on. But it seems to be handling these bales no problem at all. Yeah, guys, I'm not complaining. I mean, let's be honest. This is not... It does help, but it's not like it's saving me all that much time. It's probably saving me, 10 seconds per bale maybe, but I got to drive between the bales anyway. So how much of a difference does this really make? In the grand scheme of things, not a lot. So this wrapper is working just perfectly fine for us right now. Yeah, we're good. We'll just keep on wrapping the last one here. And now I just got to go grab the truck and kind of stack these off to the side of the field, and we'll have to wait for these to ferment before we make any money. We should be good with the $8,200 in the old bank account, though. That should be totally fine and will last us until we sell these off. So we're on to plan C now. We've gone from grass to hay, and now we're on to silage bales. Yeah, I really hope that this one pays off a little bit more than what the hay difference was from the grass, because I would have just stuck with grass bales, I think. We'll see in a month or two when these are fermented. We'll see what we get out of them. We're down to September. I thought it would have been August. I thought we would have been ready, but they're ready now. It's all that matters. It took 2 months for these bales to ferment, so let's sell them off. Yeah, let's see what kind of money we're going to make off of these. I'm not quite sure if it's definitely worthwhile selling the silage versus hay or grass. I mean, right there, that was a little over $5,000 right off the bat. So yeah, we're going to be up to around 30 grand now. 30,000 bucks from, well, it wasn't one harvest, but $25,000 for the one harvest. That's more like it. So we've gone from around $12,000 to $13,000 worth of hay up to 12, 20 or 25,000 with silage. So of course, that's what we're doing now all the time. Every harvest, we're going to stick with silage, at least for now. Yeah, since we're selling all this stuff off, it doesn't make sense for me to of course go with anything but silage. No more hay, no more grass. Let's definitely turn these into silage bales. All right, another harvest all but complete. I'm going to go stack these up. We're going to change things up a little bit. One more little difference I can make to try to maximize our profits here. That's easy enough since we're still holding on to that 30,000 bucks. And that is that I'm not going to sell these off until the best season, which is April. Ironically enough, we can harvest most likely in April again, and we will sell these bales off in April. So it'll be a 1-2 punch of making money once again. There's no point in me selling these off. Best price is April. So I'll see you guys. Oh boy, we're going to be into year 4. That's scary. You know, it's so nice to be able to just kind of not do any work in the winter. It's perfect. It's great. And we can just work right around in the summer and then take the winters off almost. I love it. But you know what? It's April. So that means it's time to sell off those bales we made last year. We're going to go sell all these bales off. Now, let's see what we can make. If we can get close to 50 grand, that'd be fantastic. Yeah. Oh boy, we're over the 53,000. Going to be close to 60 grand, guys, which is going to lead me into, well, the next part of my plan, to be honest with you. I didn't expect to happen this fast. That is, we can buy another field because it's worth $50,000. Now, there's also something else I've noticed. I totally messed up when I was making my fields and I didn't plot it correctly. Look at all the land I missed when we created our farm, our fields. Oh boy, I messed up big time. I can't believe I did that. Huh. So, yeah, half of the land that we been harvesting, well, we've been missing half of our own field. Now, this field looks all good, but down to the far side, there's a whole section down there that I have been missing, and I thought it wasn't my land. So we're going to harvest that today. First of all, we need some fuel, but I'm going to see if we can harvest just the grasslands there. We'll see if we can go over all of it and bale it up as well. Yeah, we might as well make sure that we get everything off of this field. We might as well do it all. So I'm going to go through all the grasslands that we have there. I'm going to actually knock down all of the grasslands on the new field we bought. Once it's all knocked down, then we'll know exactly how much we have, and we can go back and build the field afterwards. So if you look now, look at how many bales we have. Look at the amount of freaking bales I have now, thanks to the fact that our fields are like a third the size bigger. The stuff I forgot to harvest. Yeah, guys, I was missing about a third, maybe almost half of one of the fields. So I was only getting maybe 6 acres of the 10. It's kind of crazy how few I have. Like, you can see the line here. This is the angle I missed. All the way down, I missed all of that. Now, that new part on the left that jets out, that's the new field we picked up, the new plot of land that's ours. But I missed a huge section of land right here that I should have been harvesting in the last 3 years. Yeah, this is ridiculous. The amount of bales I got off this grasslands too. I'm going to replant this with proper grass at some point here, probably after this season, and we'll get it so we can hay it properly or silage it. I don't know. But anyways, it doesn't matter. We're gonna take care of this. But I can't believe how much I missed. Guys, I've got a ton of silage bales. This could be more profitable than I ever kind of thought it would be, to be perfectly honest, having only technically 15 acres right now. We have 15 acres between the two fields. They're about 5 acres each. And I was struggling so hard because I didn't have half my field turned into a field. Does that make any sense? I can't believe I didn't check that out. Like, we've been going through, what, 6 or 7 harvests. And finally I noticed, oh, come on, don't get stuck on my tires. Best driver in Farm Sim. There we go. Now we're good. I just can't believe I didn't check that out beforehand. I assumed that I had the right orientation, and I think I set the tractor, the steering lock, 10 degrees off. That was the problem. It was a 10-degree turn I took, and so we missed that whole section. Well, now we don't have to worry about that, but this could change things up dramatically because the amount of bales I have now are borderline ridiculous by comparison to the what do we have, 8 before? 8 to 12? Yeah, look at this. I don't know. I don't think I've harvested this many bales in the total of the times we did that beforehand. I've got so much larger of a field now that I can harvest. This is fantastic. Now, while I'm waiting for that to ferment, of course, it's time that we knock this all down and turn this into a proper field. So we're going to do exactly what we did to our original fields with this new stuff. And I'm going to make sure I go down the line and I take care of everything that I just harvested. This whole field that we harvested, we're going to make sure we knock it down properly this time. I can't believe I did that. Guys, that was such a bonehead maneuver on my part. Oh well, we'll get her done. I mean, it just takes time now. I should have been harvesting this the whole time though. Like literally, I missed a third of my field. Maybe even more. Might have even been more than a third. I don't know. That's kind of ridiculous if you ask me. I wish I would have noticed that. You know what? All it takes is a little bit of surveying and looking a little bit closer. That I should have known that we were going off at an angle. And unfortunately, I didn't double check. So just make sure you guys double check that when you're making fields. Yeah, totally did that on purpose just to prove a point to you guys. That's all. Totally did that on purpose. Already down to my last $120. That's right. It's time to, well, sell off some silage bales. We're going to make some money today selling these bales off and then get right back into the field making more silage bales. That's right. The Bale King's back again, guys. Let's get this stuff sold off, and we're gonna make some more money today. 104,000 bucks in the old bank account. That's perfect. That will continue to pay off our loan going forward, as I owe 150,000 still. But we got to get into this field once again. Once again, it's a great day for hay. Even though we're not doing hay. We're not doing hay today. We're doing silage again. That's right. So yeah, we're gonna get back in. The old Ford's been, well, we've been working away with the old Ford for a bit here, getting these bales, of course. And today is going to be no different. Back in to knock it all down. It's getting a lot of hours on it. The rate we're going to be going on this tractor, guys, it's our workhorse. It's the only thing we've got right now to work our fields, of course. It's been a bit much. Get going. Away we go. So I do need to figure out my plans going forward on what I want to do now. But hold on to the bales. I think I'll hold on to them until the new year and sell them off when markets are favorable. And hopefully we can get something with more land, of course. I've only got 15 acres that I have to work my butt off for right now. But I also need bigger equipment, I think. Or just maybe more equipment. Maybe I can hire some help. That could be a thing. Yeah, I think those are the two things we need to work towards. So more equipment, bigger equipment, maybe hired help. Of course, bigger, more land too. I don't even know where I'm going to start yet. 100,000 bucks is a good start though. So let me finish off this. Let's go a couple last passes here. We'll grab the baler and we'll go from there. Yeah. All right, baler's hooked up. Let's get back into the field. We've got to bale this up now, of course. I'm not raking it right now because it doesn't really make a difference, I find. So I've got to make one pass anyways. Why would I make another pass with the rake? It just doesn't make any sense. We're going to just do it one pass. And by one pass, I mean, holy, is going to be a lot of passes. You know what, on the bright side, this baler, I can usually get 2 of the rows, at least, from the swather. So we can get 2 of them, like I said. You guys saw this before. But even two at a time, it takes a long time. Now, like I said, with the rake we have, it doesn't make any sense for me to rake it first because, well, we're doing 2 at a time with the baler anyways, so does it make much of a difference? I think we'd get about the same with the rake. So, done all that, we're going to come back through. We got to come back through all of this now with the wrapper. The wrapper's a little quicker, at least. Thankfully, like I said, this wrapper, modified wrapper, super modified. Yeah, no, it was used. What can I say? I don't know what the guy did that had it before me. Works out pretty darn well to me, though. I mean, we can crank through each one of these bales in about 5 seconds flat. That's really what's saving my time, to be honest. I mean, look at that. It's already wrapped before you even look. You blink, you miss it. It's done. You just simply pull on up, you start wrapping, and then you look back and it's like, oh, it's already done. Oh, weird. Huh. I don't know. I mean, I'm not complaining. That's for sure. Okay. It's not like it's that quick, but it's pretty quick, you guys. Love this wrapper. So this is the time where I think we start making, well, some minor upgrades. I think it's time we did a couple upgrades, you guys. First of all, I've got a lot of bales to pick up. I do not feel like picking them up 4 bales at a time with the old Ford here, the F350. I think it's time that we made a slight increase in our capacity. That's right. 24 bales on the Anderson trailer. Let's grab this bad boy instead. Yeah, this, well, it did cost me a little over $40,000. Definitely still worthwhile. I'm going to have to, I needed something to move a few more bales than 4 at a time that we had with the truck. So, yeah, this Anderson baler, we can pull it with the tractor, of course. And, yeah, this is going to be just fine. Now, the tractor is going to be, I think, a little bit overloaded by the time we get all of these filled right up. And I'm going to have to pay attention to that because we'll see what kind of traction we have trying to get back to the farm. Fortunately, not a lot of hills on this farm, so it should be fine even with a full load. But this little Ford is, well, it's not exactly a ton of weight in comparison to 24 round bales. That could cause me some issues down the line. We'll see. So far, looks pretty good. Yeah, we're okay. It's a lot of weight, but she's handling it. All right, let's get her back. I'm going to store these all down right by the fuel station here, and just drop them kind of in the front here, and we'll store these for a few months at least. I'd like I said, till next April is kind of what my goal is. and then I can maximize profits. April or March, can't remember. I can't remember which month it is, but it's one of those two. Just give these a shove off. Let's see how this handles that. This is usually where we run into some problems. Okay, easy. Those back tires are right off the ground. Okay, no, we're okay. Let's push it right off the back of the deck there. I think we're all right. Yeah, it's all right. Okay, that's the sketchiest part right there, is the unload apparently. All our bales are stacked. We'll see you guys come, October? We back at the harvest once again. Looking good so far. And just like that, we have another chance to get another harvest in. Down to October, guys. We're getting, this is our third cut this year off of this field. So 3 cuts in 1 year. It's what's allowing us to keep the finances rolling in. But it's going to be status quo for this harvest this year, the last harvest of the year. I'm going to keep this simple. I'm going to keep this as straightforward as possible. Like I said, we're grabbing the Ford once again, same as before, and not mess anything up, hopefully. Everything works fairly flawlessly. It's just a lot of work. But whatever. We're going to go in, take care of this. Right now, we'll swat this down and bale it all up. Drop the baler, grab the wrapper once again, wrap all these bales up right away. Last little one. And then, of course, I've got to pick all of these up as well. So pick these up, and we're going to store them, I think, actually, pretty much right with the other ones. I think I got enough space for all these bales. Yeah, lots of space. Lots of space. We can kind of push these back in, make it so we got 5 full racks, or 5 full rows almost of bales. Yeah, it looks great. Okay, that's good. So this should be maybe like a couple $100,000 worth of silage bales come the new year by the time we sell these off. And I've got 50 grand. I think I'm good to hold on to those and make my payments on the mortgage. Things are looking good. I'll see you guys in the new year. Perfect. Time to sell off the bales. March is here. Best prices for silage bales are right now. Everything's fermented. We got roughly 100 some bales. So let's go sell them off. Making decent profits off these. And just a bit of a pain to load them. You just kind of have to park this trailer in the right spot, and then I can usually just maneuver the hooks in to pick them all up and then go sell them off. Yeah, there we go. $37,000. We're up to $260,000 in the bank account. That's fantastic. Means time to go and buy something new, I think. I think it's time to buy something new. Guys, look what's for sale for sale for $33,000 right now. We got an old Unimog. This might actually be fantastic for my uses. I'm buying it. I don't care. Yeah, let's get that thing. Cool. So, Unimog can be used as a tractor or a truck, right? We can use both functionalities of it. We'll see how this thing works. But I made a few other purchases while we were in the store. While we're at the store, I mean, a couple other smaller pieces of equipment. But there's also one more huge thing that I had to go buy. The most expensive thing. That was more land. More land! I've got another 7.5, 8 acres over on the far side here now. I think that's what I did at least. I've got to trace this out. We got to map this out. I'm going to make sure we take this right this time to make sure we're maximizing our fields. But yeah, we own about, we're getting up upwards of 25 acres now, I believe. Off the top of my head, if I count everything that we own, maybe even closer to 30 actually if I count the farm. But regardless of which, yeah, good. The more we can get right now, that's the whole purpose, right? We're not making quite enough off of what we have, so I want to get into these fields and, well, take over this whole area down here if I can eventually. Before I start paying off any of my debts, I'm going to kind of maximize my debt load, which I already have, and we'll go from there. Yeah, we'll maximize our debts, get our equipment. I'm hoping that Unimog will make things go a little bit faster now once we come to harvest season. With the amount more land we have, I really do need to make sure that I'm paying attention to that, because it's going to take me a considerable more amount of time to get through this field with just the Ford, of course. So as long as I kind of keep up with what I'm doing, if I keep on getting better equipment, we should be all right. All right, so there's about the outline of the field. I'm just going to kind of come back on down here, and you can kind of get an idea how big it is. It's like I said, it's not exactly doubling the size of our fields or anything, but probably another third. Maybe a little less than a third of what we had. So I'm expecting maybe, oh boy, how much would it even be another $50,000, $75,000 per year just from this one little field. So there you go. That's actually not too bad. I'm going to go pass through all this stuff. We'll get it planted and we'll roll it out. But let me get through tilling this field up so it's prepped for planting. Field's prepped. Let's get in. We'll plant some grass seed, put some fertilizer down along with it. One thing I haven't been doing is actually fertilizing the rest of these fields. I should probably consider that, I suppose, at some point. All right, let's... Oh, boy. Yeah, that's interesting. Huh, I'm not getting any traction with the Ford right now. That's not good at all. Look at that. Those tires, maybe I could... Oh, I think the tires are just worn. I might have to replace... I mean, they still have some knobbies on them. I'm surprised. They're only like 50, 60% worn, and I would have thought we could have got through this. We didn't have any problems planting before, though, so I'm surprised we're sliding all over like we are. You know what? I don't have time to waste with this. I don't have the time for it. We're taking this back. We've got other pieces of equipment we can use. We got a brand new Unimog, of course. Let's see if the Unimog can handle this. I wasn't planning on using this for planting, but I mean, it has all... We can obviously use it. There's no reason why not. It has the horsepower for it. It's actually more powerful than the tractor. Let's try out the Unimog and see how it works for us. Maybe it'll be better off. In fact, I'm kind of expecting that it will be. Yeah, there we go. This old Unimog, lots of power, of course. Not a problem planting the grass, of course. This is great. Okay, I can use this. Not really what I wanted to do. I don't want to have to rely on everything with Unimog. I mean, it's nice that we can use it. We have an option, but my plan was, to be honest, was to use the Ford for pretty much everything, and this is just going to be here for maybe swathing, and that's it for now. Oh, well, you know what they say, it's not stupid if it works, right? And well, it's working pretty darn good. I'm actually pretty impressed. Not a problem at all. Cool. All right, we'll wrap through this relatively quick. We've got still a lot of work to do to these, to be honest. I still want to roll these out. I mean, look at the stones we got from coming through here and tilling all the soil up. So we're gonna have to come back through this right away. Roll these down with that tiny little roller. We'll bring the Ford out for that. I think that's a great job, right? Yeah, the little Ford, it can handle the little roller at least. So at least that's a job it could still do. I'm sure it can do the planting though too. I don't know what was going on there. Maybe if we got some new rubber on it, maybe it'd be all right. Maybe it's just too much slippage going on. Who knows? But whatever. It can still handle the roller. It can still handle all of our baling needs, right? Yeah. I think we're okay still. But now that we have something else that should be able to help us with our hay fields, that'll be a little bit of a lighter workload on with the Ford. So we're actually getting back into harvest season here just in a month. So let me clean up some of this equipment, make sure we're good to go, and I'll see you guys, it'll be about a month or so, and we'll be ready to go back into hay season here. Silage season? Silage season? Yeah, silage season. Oh boy. Can't wait to try out the Unimog. It should be good. See you guys in a month. Finally a chance to put our new equipment to the test. I've got a brand new Crone rake as well back here, just to hopefully clean things up just a little bit. Of course, we've got the Unimog, and then I've got both the rear and front swather decks. Yeah, we need a rear deck, of course, as well, in order to maximize the width. Now we'll see how we do here, guys. Like I said, this is going to be putting the Unimog to the test. It should be able to handle it. We've got everything fired up. It looks like. I think we're good. Everything's firing up. Let's go run this thing through its paces here and see how we do. Oh, yeah, there we go. Drop those down. Huh? We're missing. Is it missing the front? I missed the front. The front swather's not firing up right now. What is going on with that? Well, that's interesting. So, yeah, for some reason that front one's not firing up. Let's just try it with the front swather deck. Yeah, it's on. You can see it was on before. And yeah, it seems to work fine right now. It's okay. See, that's working just fine. Huh. Let's try with a rear deck on as well. I'm not even... Yeah, it's definitely on. Blades are definitely spinning down there. And fire that on up. Yeah, so you can see the blades going on that front swather. And we lower it down. And now it's not working. It doesn't work when we have anything attached to the rear. Well, what? Well, so much for that. All right, you know what? We're gonna take this back. I'm gonna take this back to the dealership, and we're gonna get some money back out of this. We're gonna play some hardball, guys. We're gonna play some hardball. All right, I didn't play very good hardball. I got sold on a brand new Unimog instead. Not a great idea on my part, but there we go. We got a brand new Unimog instead of a used old one now that I owe money on. Yeah, that's right. I owe like $200 and some odd $1,000 on this now. So it's only like $23,000 equal payments per month for the next year. So really, if you think of it in that way, it's not that bad. I'm not sure if this was the smartest plan yet. I was so sold on the Unimog. I just wanted to keep going with it. I didn't think too much about it. Guys, I've ran out of ideas, and this is what I ended up with. All right, so we're gonna give this a shot. Hopefully, this brand new model will take care of it. I love the idea of this because it can kind of, well, it's kind of like a truck still, but it's also kind of like a tractor. It's kind of like the trucker, like the old style tractors, but for a new group, right? I mean, we're running over 350 horsepower with this. We've got front and rear PTOs. I love the idea behind this. If this works, then I mean, yeah, in theory, this could be an amazing addition to this farm. And this looks like it's going to work just fine. Okay, there we go. That's great. Okay, perfect. Cool. We'll get Gertie out following right behind us. She's gonna rake up with the crone, and she's gonna rake all this grass up, and then we'll bale it afterwards. But okay, this is what I was expecting the other one to work with, but now this is so much better. Yeah, this is okay. Now, one small problem I'm noticing: sight lines are not great. Yeah, sight lines are definitely not great compared to the open cab of like the Ford per se. You can see trying to look around to see what's going on behind me. Not great. The windows don't really see, like, it's really difficult to see our widths from out the windows, so something to note for sure. But I mean, as far as capability wise, yeah, it's doing great. I mean, lots of traction, lots of power. It's interesting because, yeah, most of our weight, of course, is up in front over here on the wheels, all-wheel drive, so I'm not having any issues with the equipment we're working with right now, at least. With swathers, yeah, no problem whatsoever, so that's good. But like I said, the biggest drawback, of course, is sight lines. That's really the biggest drawback. But I mean, 350 horsepower for $200-some thousand. That's not bad, really, in the grand scheme of things. I'd be hard pressed to find anything, especially new for that price point. I mean, I'm looking at like a new Kubota, and I wouldn't even hit the 200 horsepower, and I'd be at that cost, right? So we're gonna try this with baling now as well. We've got the old John Deere baler. We've got it hooked up to the rear, of course. I've got Gertie hooked, ready to go with the wrapper behind us. I think this should be a cakewalk. If it worked well with the swathers, the baler should be, yeah, the baler runs no problem. I'm not surprised. Once again, my bigger problem is going to be, of course, sight lines. Seeing when bales drop or how full the baler is getting. I can't really see much out of the mirrors to tell, well, how the bales are looking versus, well, having that open cab open cab Ford beforehand. It was nice to be able to just look back and you could easily see what's going on back there. This doesn't seem to have the same sight lines, unfortunately. Yeah, that's one of the drawbacks, but I mean, I can only complain about that for so long, let's be honest. The camera, yeah, I can see my hitch, I can see my PTO, which is great, but yeah, in the grand scheme of things, do I need to see that all that often? No. When I'm backing it up, yeah, it's great to be able to back up using that camera and connect. But and I could probably almost see that from the window, so who knows. Anyways, we've got all these bales wrapped up relatively painlessly. It's nice to have some help out here. Once again, Gertie's out helping us out for the first time now. And yeah, this is going to make my life a little bit quicker out here, a little bit easier, having, well, two pieces of equipment running. And yeah, we'll see where we go from here, but that's pretty much it that's it. That's all the wrapping. Now, the next task, of course, is picking it all up. I could use, of course, the Ford for this, but I figure we've got the Unimog hooked up to the trailer. Let's give this a shot, see how she runs. And like I said, this is the truck side of things now in my mind, where we can actually transport bales at a decent clip, decent speeds, right? So instead of having to use the Ford where we're maxed out at about, what, 20 miles an hour, I can get up to like 50 miles an hour with the Unimog. I mean, I don't know if you want to drive through the fields. Oh, we got a big wet spot right in the middle here. Got some bales that got dropped right in that pond. That's too bad. Oh well, we'll pick them all up. But anyways, like I said, you can drive pretty fast with this, move some bales at a good speed versus, well, the Ford where I'm doing 20. So I think in the long run, that's going to be kind of nice. I think that'll be one of the benefits long term for sure. Like, here, we're doing 30 miles an hour. Let's go drop these off. And I can get back and forth the fields a lot faster. Now, there is one thing I've noticed. Let me drop this off and we'll talk about the one thing I'm noticing that might be a bit of a flaw. I don't know if it's a flaw or not, but it's something I should have considered beforehand. Just ease this off. Let's see how the weight transfer is on this. Remember, with the Ford, we kind of got shoved around as soon as the bales kind of got to the back of this. and I had a couple times where it pushed me sideways, which was not great. This Anderson bale trailer, it's a lot of weight with all those bales. No problems with the Unimog though, a little more weight there, I guess. That's all it took. All right, we'll go back in and finish off the rest of these bales. Yeah, the one thing I am noticing, guys, is the amount of fuel I'm going through. This has the 200 liter tank. I could have opted for a 300, but I was trying to save a little bit of money. We're down already to, what, a third of a tank, down to a quarter of a tank from one harvest. That's pretty quick to be losing that kind of that much fuel. That's gonna be something I'm gonna have to keep an eye on going forward. I don't know if it's gonna be a problem or not, but actually, I mean, there's a fuel station right across the street. How big of a problem can it be? That's one of the benefits of our farm area right here, is we're so close to town. We've got our fuel stations, sell points, everything is close by, which is great. All right, that's gonna do it for harvest. I think we can put this all back away. You know what, we'll get some fuel first. Speaking of the fuel, we'll go get fuel. But I think that there should do it for this harvest. We'll be back in, what, July, June? I think, and we'll back into those fields, guys. Look at that. How much is it gonna cost me? 189 bucks? Okay, that's not bad. All right, put these to bed, and I'll see you guys in a couple months. We'll get back into harvesting. Yeah, Unimog's working out. Not too bad. Oh, I just ran into a bit of a problem. We're up into June, but I forgot that we had, well, owing money, of course, on the Unimog, plus our line of credit. So 500 bucks for the line of credit, but we're paying $22,000, $23,000 a month for the Unimog right now. So yeah, that 50 grand I had in the old bank account, that didn't last us as long as I was hoping. That really didn't. So yeah, we were down to about 3,000 bucks. I got to sell off some bales. I was hoping to hold on to these for another year, of course, sell in April, March. No luck. These bales missed. Let me push these over. They didn't like them where they are. Let me just give these a quick shove. Push these over there. There we go. Then they can load them up in the barn. All right, that's better. I really hope I did the math on this correct. Like I said, I need about 24,000 bucks a month, $23,000 a month for the next 8-9 months. Otherwise, they're going to repossess this Unimog on me, and I don't want that. Oh boy, I hope I did the math correctly, and that I can make that much every month going forward. We'll see. We'll see. Fortunately, we've got another harvest that's ready to go. Second harvest of the year, ready to go. I'm going to put the Unimog and the Ford back out in the field again. I'm going to change things up a little bit on how I went through the fields. Last time I did some headlands, and that kind of messed things up. That looks pretty good. Yeah, we're good. This time, we're going to just do the up and down sections, and then headlands at the end, maybe 2 headlands at the end, is kind of what my master plan is. We'll see. We'll make this a little quicker, that's for sure this time. There we go. Done all of those. Like I said, I'm doing my headlands now. I ended up having to do 3. Looks like 3 headlands. And there's one extra little spot down here where I missed some part of my field, but whatever. It's kind of a mess, to be perfectly honest. I haven't found the best way to do this yet. Unfortunately, the Unimog with a long chassis, and you take the corners, you end up missing quite a large amount. That's one of the issues I'm noticing with this setup right now, is every time we take a hard corner or try to double back, you can see how much grass we're missing. It's unfortunate. But other than that, everything else works out pretty flawlessly. The rake, Gertie on the Ford with the rake, yeah, no problems there. So that's all positive. It's saved me a ton of time, I have to admit. And then, of course, just baling and wrapping right afterwards. Yeah, it's got so much power with this baler. Sometimes it actually has to hit the brakes a little too hard. I'm missing some spots with the grass. I just got to pay attention a little bit more and make sure I stop a little quicker. But other than that, yeah, no problem whatsoever. The baling and the wrapping have been flawless. It's a lot of bales. It's decent. Yeah, we're getting a decent amount on this. So I was hoping, like I said, we're at 70,000 bucks in the account right now. I would love to be able to hold some money or hold some bales in our storage and then sell them off come April. Yeah, I still don't think we have enough money for that. I think we're going to be okay, right? Just doing that. I did the math in my head. Yeah, we should have more than enough money. We'll sell these off again. We'll make another, $100,000 selling off all our bales once again. I think we're making like $300,000 a year off this silage. So that's more than enough to pay off this tractor, Unimog. Yeah, it's more than enough, right? The financing's fine. We're okay. I don't even know why I was worried. I don't even know what I was worried. All right, we're going to get back in. I do need to change the tires at some point on the Ford. They're looking pretty terrible, to say the least. This thing could use some maintenance, actually, as well. It's getting pretty rough shape, but tires first, that's for sure. The Unimog itself, no problems there. Other than fuel is the only thing I'm going through. I'm going through fuel like a banshee on this thing. 200 liters seems like one harvest, and that is 200 liters. Use that backup camera, see if we can connect into our trailer. Oh, just missed. Let me see if we can get that just right. Perfect. All right. Bales all packed away. Once again, a decent amount of bales. I got 70 grand. I'm going to try and hold on to these for the time being, I think. Yeah, we're going to hold on to these bales, see if prices rise. If I need to sell stuff off because I didn't do my math right, I can always. But let's try to hold on to these for the time being, and we'll stack a bunch more in a couple more months when it's back to harvest season. And September, yeah, 20 grand in the account. That's not enough for me to make it, guys. I need to sell off some of the silage. I need to sell off a few of these silage bales. I don't have enough money. It cost me roughly, like I said, $24,000 a month. So if we don't sell these off this month, I could be in trouble with the bank otherwise, with the dealership, I guess, the financing for the Unimog. I don't know which would come out first. Would it be the financing for the Unimog, or would it be my bank loan? That I don't know. So I'm just going to play this safe. I'm going to sell off the bales, and we're going to go from there. That's, I think, the best bet. I do not want to risk losing this back to the dealership because I didn't pay my financing. So as long as I got money, I'm good. So back up to $130,000. That should be good. Of course, I better go fill this thing back up again. Save some for the other guys, would you? Oh boy, she's a thirsty one. Brutal. Anyways, we'll get into the field here. It's field should be ready October, another month or so. We should be able to get our last cut off that field. So let's just put this away for now. You know what? Since we've got a little bit of cash in the old bank account right now, and we should be fine for the financing if we get one more cut off that grass field, I think maybe we should do some work to the Ford. I think, yeah, let's take the Ford over to the shop. We'll get some new rubber put on her, and maybe we'll do a little bit of maintenance to it as well, just to top it right up again. Yeah, I think that's only fair. Yeah, replace tires, $1,400 for new rubber. That's fine. $1,400. Repairs only 200. Yeah, see, this thing's so cheap to run. Love it. You know, on top of that, maybe we'll head over to the fuel station as well. I'm not worried about the paint. Yeah, we don't worry about paint here. Just fuel. Fuel and maintenance, of course, that we've got to worry about. All right. We'll put this back into the shed for now, and then next month we'll be back at her with this because it's one more harvest. Let's get back in the field. October's here. Sun's slowly coming up, but temperatures are definitely not following suit. All right, I think we've got a good plan, guys. Everything seems... I'm going to keep this... Once again, I'm trying to keep it status quo. We figured out something that works fairly well. We'll do that for a while, and then we'll expand. So far, yeah, the Unimog's been working great with this way. I'm not going to change out any of our plans. In fact, even the way we did the routing through the field last time worked out quite a bit better. I think I can actually up that one more level this go round just by going up to the top here and then doubling back, and then I'm sure I can do it with just 2 headlands at the very end. So headlands at the end instead of at the start, where I typically do things always at the start. Let's do it at the end. It works out so much better when we're, of course, raking at the same time. Now, let's see there. This is one of the other drawbacks I'm having with the Unimog is our turning radius. Turning radius is definitely something to be aware of. You know, if you're in the market for a Unimog, in comparison to, say, a tractor of any kind, typically you're going to find that turning radius is a little less, and that's to be expected. It's just the nature of the beast there. But it still gets around those corners okay. It's just be aware that, yeah, you can't double back that 180 quite as hard. That and sight lines, those are the 2 things. Of course, you've got decent mirrors on this. You've got the camera, of course, for the rear, so that does help out everything, but still, it's something I've been kind of, I wouldn't say struggling with, just I have to factor that in whenever we're trying to make those 180s. But I mean, nice straight lines, lots of power. I'm actually more than happy with this model, and I better be for the extra $200,000 I paid for this over what I originally had planned. I feel like I got kind of suckered. Because did I get suckered in? Like, did he see me come in there and be like, oh yeah, sell him on the used one, and then when that doesn't work, he'll be back and we'll get him a brand new one instead. I feel like I kind of got suckered. We're on the headlands right now, by the way. We're gonna see it. There's one pass right there, and I'll double back on my second. Just go back and yeah, see, it's, I think two headlands pretty much will be all it takes. And yeah, this will be easy to bale this way. I'll just have to come back after this when we're done and grab the last little spots on here. We're not getting 100%, I have to admit. My OCD is kicking in a little bit, but I'm not overly concerned. Yeah, that's all right. It's okay. And then baling the grass, of course, is super, it works out actually perfectly well. We got one bale just kicked out. It was full already. Gertie can grab that on the way by, and we'll just get this done as well. We can get this whole field done in about an hour and a half right now, maybe 2 hours is what the harvest time is taking for us from chopping it down to having it stacked outside the field. So it's not that it's still a lot more work for the only, what, 15, 20 acres-ish we have right now. So what do we have? No, we're up a little bit more than that because we got the 7.5 acres we bought. So we're closer to 25, I think. But regardless of which, it still is quite a bit more work than if we just had a massive combine and one wheat field. And we're doing this 3 times a year in order to maximize our profits. I don't think there's a better way for us to make money quickly. I think this here by far is the most efficient way for us to get up there and maybe make some money so we can get out of debt and buy that farm. We're definitely taking our time though. We're coming at the end of year 5 already. I was really hoping to be a little bit further ahead right now, but I feel like we're so close, guys. If I just buy some more land, buy some more equipment, if I just bought some more stuff, we'd be so much better off, right? Yeah, that's I don't know if my math is working out on that, but regardless of which, we got a Unimog, which should be paid off in the next couple months here, and we'll be good to go, I think. It's coming together slowly. It's coming together! One more time, let's go pick up the bales last time for the year here. Now, if my math is correct, I've got $100,000 in the old bank account, and this should give us like $100,000 more. So this should, well, make sure that we can afford to pay for this Unimog. Once again, when did we buy this? April? I think we bought in April, so I still have, what, 5 months left of payments to make on this. So I got about $100,000 left to make, a little bit more, a little more than 100, maybe $120,000 left to pay on this thing, and we'll be free and clear of that debt finally. The unfortunate part is, I still owe $150,000. I haven't even touched the main debt from my line of credit yet. So that's always neat. I think that's the right word. I think it's neat. Anyways, not bad, guys. Okay, Unimog's working out pretty well. Like I said, you heard the pros and cons for me of it at least. Pretty happy with it so far. We'll just have to make sure we watch the fuel. We'll have to sell these bales off at some point, but yeah, no, we're looking good. I think we've got a system now. We're just going to expand on this system going forward. It looks pretty darn good, but you know what? We're empty on fuel once again, so fill her back up. We're going to find out today on how much money I can make in 1 year with our farm with just silage bales, but first, I need to, well, make our farm a little bit more efficient than it has been, which is why you see an international tractor sitting right behind me. Guys, this 1586 International was off the used market. We got it just shy of $24,000 used, and I've got plans for this, but I still need one more new piece of equipment. Fortunately for me, the used market still has another tractor available. This is perfect. A 1255 case. Are you kidding me? What's with the green rims though? What? It looks like a couple turtle shells on there. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of those. We got some black rims on there at least. That's a little bit better, right? So we've got plans for both these. If you don't get the right, 1255 and 1586. Did I get that right? I think I got the models right. Anyways, we got plans for these because we've got some work to do in the field, and I'm trying to make things more efficient between all the equipment we have. Just having the 2 pieces of equipment before, it's not enough. Now I've got technically 4 tractors that we're going to be able to use. I don't need anything high powered. Neither of these tractors are exactly high horsepower because all I'm really doing is more silage work. That's right, more silage work, silage bales. And, well, I only need 1 piece of equipment that's kind of a little bit higher than the rest as far as power goes. So let's go set all this up and we'll kind of get into how this is going to work out. Of course, we got the Mercedes-Benz as my swath. This is what I'm going to be running. Once again, I mean, this most expensive piece of equipment and has been doing a great job swathing for us with the front and the rear mower decks. Of course, super excited to keep running this thing perfect. A little heavy on the fuel, but it's okay. We can pay for the fuel, I suppose. On top of that, now we've got the 1586 that's going to be towing the baler. We're going to be with the John Deere baler with this bad boy. The International can take the baler. We'll get Gertie in there to take care of that. And then, of course, we'll get into wrapping in just a second. But first, the old Ford. The old Ford will be pulling the swather. Since it's our smallest tractor, the swather requires the least amount of horsepower. And lastly, the 1255 will be wrapping. So we'll get Gertie, Matilda, and Hillary? Yeah, that's the 3 of them. They're all hooked up. They're ready to go. They're just going to follow in tow I think we've got them all set up, everything's fired up, and we should be good to start knocking down this field. Guys, I'm kind of excited about this. The amount of time I've had to work on these fields on my own for the most part, and just keep on doing runs back to back to back to back to get the silage bales. I mean, we'd go through a whole tank of fuel in the Mercedes-Benz here in one harvest, and I'm really hoping we don't do that anymore. The corners is where things could get interesting. Looks like we're okay. Yeah, okay. Gertie made it around all right. Matilda's back there in the baler. She's doing fine. Okay, I think we're okay. I mean, everything seems to be working out. I didn't set my tracking up properly. That's okay. We can come back and get this strip here in a bit. Yeah, we'll have to come back and grab that last little strip in a second. And of course, you see the corners at the top. That is one of the issues I'm running into with the bends here going around this field. If I'm not doing something, I'm not doing headlands to begin with. That's one of the reasons I'm not doing headlands at the start. I do them at the end to pick up any of the residuals on the corners. I mean, you've got a fairly large chassis on this, so the mower decks from the front and rear are fairly far separated, which on the corners, as you can see, they tend to miss a little bit, of course. But what we'll do is, at the end, I'll just come and do the end rows at the end and just knock them down quickly, get all of that grass knocked down for silage, and we'll bale it up at the end. It seems to work out. I've done it a couple of times. It seems to work out okay. Why is this deer out in the middle of the... Guys, get out of the way. Get out of here. What are you doing in the middle of my fields? All right, we're good. They're gone. They separated. Usually they track together. Huh. Oh, well, whatever. Keep out of my fields. You guys are crazy out here. All right, so about a third of the way done. This field, you can see how many bales we're getting already. Everyone seems to be working fairly... Another deer goes running across. What is going on? Everyone's working out pretty well. Because I can't believe how many deer are out in this field right now. They're everywhere. But everything's working out fairly well. I really have nothing to complain about. No problems as of yet. I'm always a little bit nervous when you get all of them together out here. Trying to get everyone to coordinate and work together as one. And you're just at the front hoping that everything behind you is going according to plan. The corners always make me a bit nervous, but I think we've got her dialed in. I think we're dialed in. No problems whatsoever there. I think leadership, it's true leadership. That's really what it comes down to. So they're all looking up to me and like, Klutch, you know what you're doing? Then we're just going to follow in tow. We got this. It just took a little bit of a strong leadership, and we're happy. Everything's working out flawlessly. See how many bales we get out of this. Now, we're still $150,000 in the hole. So, I mean, eventually, yeah, we're going to be able to pay that off. I don't really want to worry too much about this. I'm still trying to make... What am I trying to make? $2.5 million to buy the old heritage farm? Yeah, that's still something I want to do, of course. I'm just not... We're not making the money I was kind of expecting I would be making from the silage. So we're going to have to redouble our efforts. I feel like we're going to have to redouble our efforts and really dive harder into the silage here. And I think with, this system we got going, I think this system will really help us to do that. So I think we can... I can get through this field in a matter of 15, 20 minutes. Now, we're doing this 3 times a year, so I do have to take that into account. So we've done one harvest already. You saw the bales. We're going to be doing this harvest, of course, and I've got one more harvest, I bet. Yeah, I think come October, usually October, I can get one more cut in this field, one more harvest off this field, and then we'll see what kind of money we're dealing with. How much can we make just off this? But I'm looking at the math, just doing the math in my head here as we do our end rows here. And I'm sure we're going to have to come back in and maybe buy some more land. Now, I don't have a lot of options quite yet. I mean, we have land around this farm, but it's at least, I think it's $100,000 for most of the fields minimum. Some are upwards of $200,000, so it really depends on how much money I have in the old bank account. If I want to pay that loan, I don't want to pay the loan off first. I think we're just going to keep on doubling. But that's going to be soon enough. I think for now, we're going to focus on just getting these bales off and then sell them come April when the market is the best possible price for selling silage bales. I think we're almost done. This looks good. Yeah, I think that should be about it. So, all the equipment's been put to bed as best as we can on this farm. Everything's kind of an open air. But we've got to get back in and go pick up all these bales. So, the Benz has got some more work to do. Once again, great. This has been a really good truck for us. I mean, able to go at high speeds and be able to use all of our equipment with it. Been pretty happy with it, but I mean, we did spend by far the most amount of money on this one piece of equipment. So, I mean, you can judge if that was worth it. I think it was. I still think it was. I don't know if there's too many other pieces of equipment that would have been as versatile. Now, not necessarily the best for everything, but I think the most versatile. I would like to get this with maybe, is there a way we can get a gooseneck on this? That would be one thing I find we don't have as an option. It really needs to have a gooseneck hitch option on it. I mean, we've got the tail hitch we could put onto it, but the one thing is a gooseneck would be really nice. Then I could really like get some actual bale trailers for it instead of just some smaller flat decks. I don't know, some tow behinds. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a gooseneck. I don't know. That doesn't seem to be like an option. That's something we really need to figure out how to get put onto this truck, I think. Truck? Tractor? I don't even know what you want to call this, to be honest, but that would make this even more usable than what it already is. That looks pretty good right there. Let's just drop those bales. Come on. Don't push me too far sideways. Come on, keep going, keep going, keep going. All right, that looks decent. I think I got one more run. Yeah, that's about it right there. I think that's about it, guys. I don't know how many bales I got. I didn't do a count. We'll do a count of how many bales we have after the fall here. Once the fall hits and we get our last cut, we'll see how many bales we ended up grabbing off this. That will tell us exactly how well we did, I guess, for the year. I mean, typically we're getting what, like 60 bales, something like that per harvest. So yeah, that feels about normal right there. We got what, 3 rows? They're doubled up. Yeah, that's a decent amount of bales. All right. You know what time it is, guys. Let's put this back to bed, and I'll see you guys most likely, I guess, in like a few months. We'll come back in October, and we're gonna get back into this field again one more time, and we'll see how much money we can make. We'll see if we can make some decent cash off this field, getting the silage out. See you guys in the fall. See you in October. Off to bed. I was just thinking, it's actually kind of nice the way we've got this set up. All the equipment's always hooked up to the appliance or the piece of equipment it's going to be using, so I don't need to mess around with that for the most part. Everything's hooked up and ready to go, minus of course the Ford that's back in the shed, and the Mercedes we got to go grab with the swather decks. That's okay. I'm okay with this. This actually works out pretty well. Once again, everyone's set back up. I've got Gertie, Matilda, Hillary all ready to go. Let's get into this field. Let's go knock this down one more time. See if we can maximize this field here. One thing I'm not doing, you might have noticed, we have not been doing any fertilizing, so I've got like 0 field costs on this farm right now. It's simply my employees' cost, which is very minimal to run the equipment for the hour that it takes us to harvest this field, not even. So relatively low field costs and maintenance costs on this farm. Now, of course, I got to pay for fuel. I've got to pay for maintenance on the equipment. We got tires that had to be replaced, but generally speaking, we're actually looking pretty darn good as far as costs go. I mean, the $500 a month I'm spending on my line of credit that I use to buy this farm, that is the biggest expense, right? $500 a month. I would love to get rid of that. I need to get that line of credit taken care of. But I'm still trying. I'm in build mode still before we even get thinking about that. Look at this, guys. Seriously, look at the bales we've got off this. This is perfect as we finish off the end rows here. Super. Oh man, I'm so happy on how well everyone's working together here. We were able to knock this field down in next to no time. I've got some ideas on how we might be able to make this a bit better, but I think we'll have to wait just, well, another year maybe or so before we get too much into that. We'll see how much money we make off this though. In total, I'm kind of curious. There's a lot of bales. We get a decent amount of bales. I should put some fertilizer down. Maybe we'll put some costs, or take some costs and upgrade these fields a little bit. Maybe, I don't know if it'll make that much of a difference, but fertilizer, I think we could do it fairly effectively and inexpensively, right? I think that would be relatively easy. We haven't limed either, to be honest. But decent harvest. Check the bale counter. We're at, what was it, 170 for the last 2, plus the first one. So we're a little over, 240 bales sitting here behind me right now. 240 bales. That's a decent amount from 1 year of harvesting. I think we can up those numbers, though. I'm really sure we can up those numbers. But for now, that's a year. Let's see what we got. We're going to double check all these, make sure we're good to go. I think everything can just sit here for the time being, and we'll come back in April. April is when we're going to be selling all this stuff off. So have a good winter. I'll check back with you guys in just a few months. Hopefully it's a good payday for us. We'll see you guys in the new year. Why is it every time something cool happens, it's always fog socked in? Fog socked? Sog focked. fuck? So, I don't know what I'm saying anymore, to be perfectly honest. You guys know what I mean? I mean, this is terrible. Look at this. I can't even see where the heck I'm going. I'm curious what the caption said there. Anyways, let's unload all these bales and we'll see how much we're gonna make off. This is ridiculous, though. Guys, I've had to make literally, I think it was about 9 trips. Fortunately, our farm is like right beside where we need to sell them all off. So that's a benefit, right? Last ride in though. See how much money we make off this. Finally knocking this down. You can already kind of see. You guys see what we're making, right? You guys could already tell. I mean, we're going to be over 500 grand in the old bank account. That ain't bad. That's not bad. I will take that. That's great. So 500K finally in the old bank account. I could pay off my debts. I don't know if that's going to happen. I think it's time for expanse, guys. I think we're going to expand this farm one more time again. Like I said, I need to make $2.5 million, and I don't want to wait. Would be 5 years then before we could do that. So we'll see what we do in the next one. I think it's time to expand and push this plan of mine to the limit. Well, folks, I've got $500,000 to spend today, and I'm going to spend that trying to find the best way to make even more money in the future. What's going to be the best way for us to make more money by spending $500,000? I know it's kind of counterintuitive sometimes, isn't it? Well, the first thing we're going to do is, well, buy some more land. That's going to be the best way for me to make more money quickly, is obviously buy another plot of land. Now, unfortunately, nothing is all that cheap around where the farm we have, so I'm going to be stuck spending pretty much everything on new land, I think. Look at these 2 plots of land here. Yeah, we're going to triple. It'll be, it's a little over doubling the size of our farm. So that should obviously double the income, right? I mean, we're making roughly $500,000 a year. I think if we get, none of these are great, unfortunately. I think those 2 will be fine. We get these 2 plots of land. That's going to be pretty much the whole $500,000, but that'll be good going forward because we got lots of land now. So over doubling up the amount of land. I mean, that should land us a lot more money, actually, in the long run. Now, unfortunately, I didn't leave very much money left in the old bank account for some other things I wanted to take care of. So, you know what, we're going to press along. We're going to do this harvest. We have a harvest. It's April right now. It is ridiculously foggy. What is going on out here? Why is there so much fog? I can't even see where the heck I'm going. But we're going to finish off. We're going to do our first cut here this year. And we'll see if I can maybe sell off a little bit of this so I can make a little more money. Because I got more plans, you guys. I got stuff I want to buy in order to help us a little bit. Because there are some problems, there are some flaws in our current harvesting techniques. Now, Mercedes, we've been using the Unimog here. Unimog's been doing actually pretty much flawless. This has been a great multi-purpose vehicle. I have to admit, I was a little bit skeptical the first time, but it works. Look at this. I can barely even see out. It's so freaking foggy out here. This is ridiculous. Whatever. You know what? Let me go make sure all the girls are good. We got Gertie, Hillary, and Matilda back there. We'll make sure they're all good to go. We'll finish up this harvest. Oh boy, and I'll see you guys once we're wrapping this up. This is brutal. And just like that, harvest is already up. We baled everything up. I need to go and take care of part 2, but I'm not going to get the bales off till later because I can't find them, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, no, part 2, we've got to go. All that new land we bought, all that new land we just picked up, I need to go turn that into proper field grass. Yeah, we're gonna turn that into a hay field. We're gonna knock that all down and clean it all up and replant today. Hopefully I can get through this field without running into any of my own bales. Like, guys, I was expecting this. Like, it was foggy all day yesterday, foggy again today. I was expecting it would kind of clean up a little bit, but it seems like it just lasts all day. I have to sit here and dodge. Like, you know how much of a pain it's going to be to try and gather these bales if I have to do it in the fog, trying to find them all. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry, I don't want to do that at all. Let's go find these fields. Okay, so we're at the edge. I think, yeah, the tree line's right here. It's a nice thick tree line up here at the top of the north side. I don't want to go too far up here. I could come through here and knock this all down, but I think I'm going to make a field around this. At some point, maybe we could do that, but that seems like a lot of work to knock all those trees down. I don't think we're going to gain much by doing that. So, in fact, I'm just going to build fields around this little kind of tree island almost. It's somewhat out in the middle of the farmlands we purchased. Yeah, we're just going to build around it. That's fine. Now, trying to figure out exactly how big my land's going to be is a bit of a struggle. At least when you can see, you kind of have a little bit of a frame of reference on how far out you could go. Because I'm really this whole Ford, I'm literally just flying blind out here. It feels like. I mean, I've found some of the edges, the edge of the fields where I need to be, but for the most part, I'm just kind of guessing, and that's not great. All right, spin this thing around. Spin around. This is gonna give me so much more field, guys. This is gonna be. I'm actually kind of excited because the amount of bales we're gonna get off this, it should be substantially. Should make us some substantial money. There are some things I still do need to, well, upgrade at some point though. Let's go back into the fog here. This is ridiculous. All right, this has been one heck of a day of work, you guys. We got everything tilled and also planted. I did everything. Got it all finished. And we're ready now for, well, the next harvest and hopefully get rid of this fog. Actually, that's not 100% true. I need to go and pick up all these bales at some point in time that I can't see. You know, I'm going to leave them out in the field for the month. Hopefully this fog is officially gone come next month, but yeah, we're done for now. I'll see you guys next month. Back ready again for yet another harvest out here on New Hope. Once again, this is our second cut of the year, middle of the summer, and I am raring to go, of course. I am still a little on the broke side after, I wouldn't say broke, like we're doing okay, but I spent all that money on those plots of land. Things are okay. We're still got lots of ways to make money. I mean, it was a pretty decent harvest once again. I mean, this is our standard harvest. Just shy of 100 bales, roughly, I think it was. I think we're like 90 some odd bales. Maybe 100 and some, I can't remember. Off the old field here, this is what we kind of pull off this one every single time, but this is going to be different now because, well, guys, we've got the large plots, large tracts of land off to the north now. So all this stuff was looking good. We've planted everything off to the right side, which is the north there. Everything else, you could kind of see where the cutoffs are for our plots of land, but everything up in this direction is all brand new land that we've never been able to harvest before. And it's well over double what we've had in the past. So I'm expecting big things from this harvest. Now, there are a few problems we're going to have to deal with in the middle of this, of course. I have no new equipment to buy right now, and nothing I can spend to change things up in our tactics on tackling this field, but there are a couple problems like that tree island, and of course, well, a lot of the power poles. Yeah, I'm going to have some power poles we're going to need to deal with as well. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to deal with that, but whatever. We'll deal with it when it comes. We'll see if we can find maybe. We'll have to kind of work with, well, Hillary and Matilda and Gertie when we get up there to see if we can kind of, well, help them along. I just have a funny feeling it's going to be some problems. Let's spin this guy around. All right, come on back down. Of course, once again, we're doing the up and down sections first. I'm going to come back after and do headlands that we require. Like I said, this Unimog, while it does a great job of what we're doing right now, it's good for kind of multitude of the different functions. Unfortunately, the turning radius is a little on the weak side, and as it doesn't hurt the fact that, or doesn't help, I should say, the fact that how separate the more the decks are, the front and the rear. It's quite a span. Regardless of which, it does this fairly well. I know I've got Gertie, of course, right behind me, with the old John Deere baler. We've got the wrapper behind that. Of course, the rake is right behind me. Never mind. The rake. I always forget about the rake. Fortunately, we don't need a TED because we're just doing silage bales. Silage bales is definitely the way to go here. It's definitely making us money. Now, as we've come up to the power side, this is the first time I've been up here. You can see all the telephone poles. Those are going to be interesting. I think maybe I might just go in and do a cut around those telephone poles early, and then we'll see. I'm not too concerned. I'm sure we'll find a way to make this work, but yeah, a bit of a pain. So what I did was, and unfortunately it didn't come through on the recording. I was too busy working on it. I just went through and did circles around the telephone poles. Yeah, so that's what I did. I went in early, did the telephone poles, did not show you guys, unfortunately, because I thought I was recording and it didn't record. So we did the telephone poles first. It is what it is. I did them myself, and then they kind of came in afterwards and just followed suit. And we got most of the grass up afterwards. It worked out pretty well. There's a lot of bales here, guys. I'm not overly concerned if we miss a few spots. What did we get last time? About 100 bales? I bet you we're going to be double that at least. I bet you we're around 250, 300 bales at least. Yeah, there's a ton of bales here. This is ridiculous. Oh man. All right, we still have lots of field left to get here too. The far side, I'm still trying to grab the far end here. I've still got a couple more passes left to do. Lots of bale twine. I just checked the baler. Still looks okay, but that's something I have to keep my eyes on as well because she doesn't tend to let me know when it's out, which is just great. That's one of the problems we're having, actually, you guys. Yeah, that baler, it's a little on the slow side. I mean, look how far behind everyone ends up being. I'm done my work, and everybody is still, well, waiting behind because the baler is just a little bit on the slow side. So that's something I might have to look at. Try to find ways to make this go a little bit quicker. Now, while this all works just fine, this field's getting pretty big. So I've got to go pick up all these bales now. By the way, 327 bales, I think, is what we ended up totaling at. Yeah, just a few bales. I've got to go pick all these things up now and put them away. Put them to bed. We're going to clean this field up. We still have one more cut we'll be able to get off this field next fall. So I'm not quite sure exactly how much we're going to end up with in total, but I've got quite a few here. You can see, holy, still lots to go grab. I've only grabbed a few. I've still got to get on the far side. Look at the amount of bales we're going to have here. This is going to be a huge payday when we decide to sell all this off. Huh. Interesting. Okay. I think we're looking good. Financial wise, it's going to be a tough cut to finish off the year, but I think by the time next year rolls around, we should be looking pretty good. Do I want to buy more land? I think, like, finance-wise, that's going to be the best way to make more land. But you guys know we're still trying to save 2.5 million bucks to buy up the old heritage farm, and this is definitely going to eventually do it. But how many seasons do I have to go through with what we're doing right now? I don't know yet. Oh boy, that's it right there. There's all our bales stacked and ready to be sold off. All right, we've got one more cut to make off this field this year, and we'll see what we can do. But I want to try something. I want to change one thing up. I'll see you guys come in the fall. Now, before we dive into yet another harvest, I did want to make some changes. Of course, I was complaining about this baler last cut. I think it's time we did an upgrade, and I just looking on the used vehicle market. We have a Heston baler on sale right now for what, 57,000? 57,000. I think I'm going to buy that. Yeah, I think I'm going to sell off some of these bales. I know I'm going to sell off some of these bales so we have enough money. And I'm going to go pick up that baler. I think that's going to be the plan going forward. So we're going to leave the John Deere baler. Yeah, I could sell this off technically, but we don't sell equipment off. We just store stuff. I mean, it's worth more to me than it is anybody else. Let's be perfectly honest. So we'll store this over behind the farm. And we're going to go pick up this Heston baler from the shop. Yeah, we're going to buy this used Heston baler. We'll give this a shot. It should make our harvest a little bit smoother, because a big square baler like this, I think, is going to be the way to go forward. It's going to keep the baler's going to, it's going to allow the baler to keep up with us rather than falling behind. And also, hey, what are you looking at? It's a nice baler, I know, I agree. But the other problem I'm running into is that the round baler is going through so much twine. This square baler is going to go through a lot less, and it'll be a little bit easier to manage. So the round baler, I was going through at least, like, I had to refill it twice on that last harvest. This one here, I shouldn't need to fill it up maybe once per harvest. I don't even know yet. It should be good though. Let's get this fired up. Let's try once again. This time we're gonna have the Heston baler instead of the old John Deere baler, the round baler, and I think will make my life just a little bit smoother going forward. I'm hoping. All right, set our GPS up, our heading lock back up at 90-ish. Yeah, it should be pretty close to right there. Good. There we go, cool. All right, everyone is following tow. Got Gertie behind me once again. All right, Matilda's got the baler with the International. Now, one thing I am running into a bit of a concern with, that International doesn't have a ton of power. It's close. I know the draw on the that baler is very close to the limit of what that tractor can handle. But that's something we can maybe discuss at a later date. Maybe we could upgrade that at some point. We're just going to make sure this all works and get through this harvest, and then maybe that's our next upgrade. It'll be a newer tractor of some sort, because we're running some pretty old equipment right now. All right, looks good. Everyone's running. Did she not drop the tool? Did she not drop the pickup? I don't think she dropped the pickup bar. What's going on here? Why? Why is there still... I don't know what's going on, you guys. Should not drop this? Let me take control. Let me try this. Let me try it myself. Let me try it myself, and we'll see. No, it's down. It's not picking up the grass. Why is it not picking up the grass and baling this? It kind of defeats the purpose of a baler. It picked up some, but it's not picking up. Like, if I go slow, it picks it up. Okay, there it goes. Now it's picking up. But no, as soon as I get any kind of speed, it tends to, like, yeah, no, we're not picking up that grass.
What is going on with this thing? All right. Is it maybe a horsepower issue with the International? Maybe this tractor doesn't have enough power to manage it properly? If I go slow, it seems like it can handle it, but that's kind of ridiculous. Huh. Just tried with the Unimog because it's got like 360 horsepower and it didn't make a difference. It's still missing all sorts of the grass. Guys, I'm getting... What happened? What's wrong with this? Why is this not working? You know what? I don't have time to figure this out. We're selling it. We're done. It's returned. I'm going to have to buy a new baler. And unfortunately, there's not one that's used I could buy, so I'm kind of stuck. I think we're going to have to go big, and I'm just going to have to finance this. I don't have a choice. That's terrible. All right, well, whatever. You know what? Once again, this dealership, you know, they sell me a used piece of equipment. It turns out it doesn't fit my needs. And I turn around and I spend 4 times more buying brand new. I think I'm kind of getting sewered here. It's the second time that happened with the Unimog as well, where I had to use the Unimog or bought this brand new Unimog instead of the used one. I feel like this is a bit of a scam going on at that dealership. I don't know if I'd be doing business with them if I were you guys. I'm not gonna, they definitely don't get a 5-star Yelp review. All right, let's make sure this all works. Yeah, the International should be able to pull this. It's a little bit on the heavy side, but I think this little tractor can handle this, at least for now. Once again, this is going to be something I'm going to try to upgrade, I think, going forward at some point, but I think we're going to be okay for now. Yeah, it seems like it can handle it. Barely. Oh boy, guys, that's rough. That feels heavy though. Whatever, you know what? I think, who's in the back? Who do we put in that? Was it Matilda? Matilda's in there. Matilda can handle it. Matilda can handle that. We're going to come back and take care of the strip here in a second, but yeah, okay, we're looking okay. It's going to be all right. Just want to make sure everything is working properly, and then we'll dive harder into this field. But oh boy, is there some struggles going on back here right now? I can see the exhaust off that International just pumping out. It's definitely working pretty hard. We're going to break stuff on that tractor. I have a funny feeling if we work it as hard as we are. Oh yeah, that's a bit of a struggle. Oh well, it is what it is. Get to work, Gertie. I know, Matilda. I know who's working for me, guys. I know. You know what? On the bright side, it goes downhill super fast, right? It might not climb the hills very quickly, but that downhill, no problem whatsoever. All that extra weight behind the old Internationals, yeah, she'll just fly down those hills. Now, unfortunately, that Heston baler was actually a lower horsepower requirement than the Massey we got right now. Would have been nice to have used that, I think. I would have really liked that, personally. Unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be, and here we are now, just kind of, well, a little bit stuck once again. Maybe I should have just stuck with the round baler for now. I still think the square bales are going to be better going forward, though. I think this is definitely going to be an upgrade for our farm. All right, so speed-wise so far, it seems like the International's keeping up, but it's relatively flat down here on the original farmlands. Like when we get up to the far end where I just came from, up on this far side, we'll see what happens here. But this is a pretty steep hill that goes up to the far north side of the farm. We'll see how they make do. Looks like, yeah, everything's looking all right, but that's a pretty steep climb right up to the top there with a sharp right-hand corner. She's got to make it down in another U-turn to get back on down again. We'll see how it make do up there. We'll have to double check, but so far everything's working out pretty perfectly, to be perfectly honest. I'm surprised. Okay, I might have spoken too soon. I might have spoken a little too soon. Oh boy. Yeah, is it gonna make it even? I think it doesn't get much. Not gonna be any steeper than this, right? This is as far as it goes up. Come on, Gertie, or Matilda, get up there, get up there. Can you grab like another gear or something? Oh, come on, you're doing it, get off. Oh, there we go, good. Okay, she made it. All right, I guess it works. It's not great, I'd have to admit. It's something definitely we're gonna have to figure out. I'm definitely having same kind of problems we were beforehand with the round baler. It's just up at the top portion where the corners are. Like the rest of the field, she's managed to keep up with me as we go down the hills, but it's that top corner up the top sides where I run into a bit of a problem with. Other than that, I mean, look at the amount of freaking bales we got here. I think I checked the counter. It's over 350, you guys. 350 bales. Now, that's going to lead me into, well, problem number 7 of today, to be perfectly honest. I have an Anderson round bale pickup trailer. That ain't gonna work here now, is it? Yeah, that wasn't, well, let's be honest. I knew that was gonna be a problem going forward. It was all part of my master plan. I've sold off enough silage bales that we'll be okay. We can go and buy something else, but unfortunately, this whole trailer that I've got is not going to be of any use anymore. These round bales, if I'm going to do square bales, I can't use that round bale trailer. It is what it is, but I'm not going to use the flat deck on the truck either. That seems like a lot of work for 300 bales. So when I put the Unimog back to work, and I think I've got something I need to go purchase again. Now, like I said, I got $100,000 in the old bank account, right? We're good there. We've got enough money. We've got enough cash for that stuff. We just need to figure out, first of all, I need some new tires. Holy, I just noticed that. Yeah, I definitely need some, we definitely need some new rubber on this thing. So, new tires purchased. That was the first thing we needed to buy. Okay, cool. That's great. That's good. Then secondly, I need some flat deck trailers. Now, these were relatively inexpensive, some old PJ flat decks. I don't know how many bales I can stick on this, but I definitely needed more than one. I think we needed more than one. Hopefully, this makes my life a little bit easier. I don't know yet if this is going to be the best way of doing this or not, but it certainly beats using the truck and hand bombing them 2 bales at a time. I got to be able to fit, like, what, 25 at least? Or it'll be an even number, right? It'll be, I don't know how many we're going to put on these things, guys, but there's got to be enough to make this worthwhile. Oh, it goes 3, I can get 3 stacks on here. Okay. So, we get maybe what? Well, maybe it could be an even number. Technically 5, 6, probably what, 18 per trailer? So 32 in total, is that right? It might even be more than that, to be honest. 3 stacks, maybe 7, maybe 21 per trailer. I don't know how many we got here. Someone do the math. I'm not going to do it, but there's a lot of bales per trailer right now. I don't think the Unimog could handle. I was thinking maybe I could do 3 trailers. Can we do 3 trailers? I don't think the Unimog can handle 3 trailers, you guys. I don't think that's a thing. Yeah, definitely. Oh boy, come on, baby. Come on, get up there. Let's go. Get it back down to the farm. This is, I think I'm maxing out the Unimog right now. Maybe we'll try one more. Maybe we'll try one more at some point. Not today. I don't want to do it today. I want to get through this before we push anything further to the limits that we already are. This is enough. This is enough. Lots and lots of bales. I haven't done the count yet, but like I said, it was almost 350 on the square bales. So just doing. I don't even want to do the math on this, but I think we'll have enough money at least to pay off that brand new baler we bought and maybe buy some new equipment for next year. I'm hoping that within 2 years right now that we can buy the Heritage Farm. So $2.5 million in 2 years. Can I do that? I don't know yet, but I think we're in pretty good shape right now. I mean, I've got enough money to almost pay for that baler in the bank account. I just need to sell off a couple more bales and we should be good. I think we are finally on our way to make that $2.5 million I've got planned here, guys, to buy the old Heritage Farm on New Hope. We've got a ways to go here. I've got about a little less than 1,000 bales to go sell off to get us started. Let's go take care of that first. Now, I know that this sell-off is not going to quite get us to where I want to be, but it's going to be a start. In fact, I still need to do a couple of switches in order to make it so we can make that $2.5 million. Yeah, let's get rid of all these round bales to start with. Get rid of those guys. They're toast. Perfect. And of course, our last harvest was our first harvest where we got the square bales. So we're going to knock these off next. We'll get rid of all these. And this is a little bit of a heavy load for the Unimog. It seems to handle it all right. So my plan, guys, we're going to be focusing on square bales going forward. But today we'll just sell them all off and we'll move into whatever I have planned next. Now, oh, don't hit the building. Let's driver and farm sim. Let's try that again. Gonna sell off the rest of these. It's the last load too every time. All right, that looks better. All right, so it's almost $700,000 in the old bank account. That's a great place to be perfectly honest. I'm gonna go spend some money though. I still owe $150,000, which has cost me $500 a month. But I need to change up my baling because this old International, it's just not doing it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we've got the old case there. It's fine for wrapping, but this International with the baler, the Massey baler, it's just not quite enough power as we've found out. So I need to do some upgrading. Let's jump on into this case and move it out of the way. The International. Let's move the International out of the way. I still have a job I'm going to need to do with this, though. I think we're going to promote promote this tractor into something a little bit different going forward. Let me just pull it off to this side over here because we've got to go look at the old sales market. The used sales market. Now, I need to find some tractors that have like 300 horsepower maybe? There's a couple. I got that John Deere I saw. Yeah, we got the John Deere 8R right here. We could get that. That's actually not bad. There was a Fendt, not enough horsepower. What else do we have? The McCormick? A new McCormick? It seems like a lot of money for what we're going to get out of that. I've got a Ford down here as well. I could do the Ford, but I don't think I want to do an articulating tractor to bale with. No, you know what? I think there's really only one option, guys. That's the John Deere. We're going to go with the 8R. I think that's going to be, that's going to be what we're going to have to go with. Let's go with the 8R. Good price. So after we switched out the tires, made some modifications, we're up to around $90,000. Not bad for this tractor, though. I will definitely take 90 grand of a hit on getting this thing. You know what? We'll repair this, actually. We'll repair this before we head out. Now, by far, this is going to be my best tractor. Now, I've got, of course, the Unimog, which has been my workhorse. This here is going to be just for baling for the time being. Maybe I could do some tillage work with this as well at some point. But, I mean, as we move forward and get enough money to be able to buy that heritage farm, this tractor will hopefully last and will take us to that point. Let's get this, get out of the way. Get out of the way. Let's go hook this thing up. So, like I said, this is taking the spot of the old International, sorry. The old International. We're going to hook the baler up to this. Got the Massey bale. This is going to be my baling tractor. It's a little bit overkill, but it was a good price, all right? Yeah, you know, it's not bad. It's a little bit big, but it'll do. I'm sure it'll be fine with this baler. That's perfect. All right, so that's going to be the big change there. We've got that. Of course, I still have the Unimog, of course, and we're using the front and lower decks or rear decks. The International, we're switched up, and now we're no longer using the Ford for raking. So we had that old open cab Ford. We're not using that anymore. Of course, the John Deere is going to be hooked up to the Massey. And then last of all, I've got the case that's going to be doing all of our wrapping needs. Wiggity, wiggity. All right, let's get into this field. Let's go. Once again, we're starting in April here. We should be able to get 3 cuts off this field. And I'm thinking I may spend a bit more money this year just to find a way to maximize things a little bit. Let's see how that John Deere's looking. Looks like we're doing pretty good, bro. Yeah, she's pretty good. Perfect. Lots of power there. Cool, cool, cool. So that's actually running a little bit better. It's, I'm sure, comparatively, I've got like another 200 horsepower on the International. So I'm sure that that thing's going to be flying through the field by comparison. No problems whatsoever. So my plan is to make as many bales. Like I said, we're getting around 300 bales per year, or per cut, sorry. And then if I can make like $1 million per year, that should put us 2 years from now, we should be able to buy that heritage farm. So we'll see. We're going to see today how much we can make. I got 3 cuts probably to do this year, but I'm going to spend a little bit of money and maybe throw some fertilizer down on this field. I think that'll be my plan going forward, but we'll get to that in a bit. All right. So I finished off the first parts of this field. We're going to have to come back here and go through all these telephone poles or these things here. This is kind of the worst part of the field over here for me, to be perfectly honest, guys, as we zip back around. We'll see how we make do down here. I'm going to try and, let's see, should we just go around? I think my plan, I'm going to go down through all of them. We'll do cuts around each one of the poles. I'm trying something different. I don't know if this is the right way to do this or not, but the last way we did it wasn't great. I went and did circles around each one of the poles to start with, and that just caused all sorts of panic. So I'm going to go down around this and just get close, do my best to get close, and then when we come back, we'll go back the other side, and then I don't need to really worry about being close to these once we get down to this side of the field, right? Does that make any sense? I think this will be fine. Just have to make sure I don't get caught up in here. Oh, watch out, Gertie. Oh no, Hillary's stuck. Hillary, don't hit the telephone poles. Those are live wires. I think she's stuck, you guys. Yeah, she's definitely a little bit on the stuck side. Let me fix this for her. That's not good. Let me fix it. Okay, we got everybody sorted out. Everything's back working the way it should now. Now we're just gonna. Yeah, I don't know if that was the smartest move on my part. Now I've got bales in my way. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what the best plan of action is going to be for this. I guess we'll have to do that later. Next year, or next cut, I should say, we're going to do it. We'll do it differently. That didn't work out nearly as well as I hoped. I'm just looking at all the bales now. They're all in my way that I'm going to have to play dodge them. Yeah, that's terrible. Whose idea was that? All right, it's okay. It's only like 300 bales now. I've got to dodge. Yeah, smart move, Klutch. we got through it all, but we still have the other half of the field now. I've got about another, I don't know, it's like another half. There's almost 100 acres here. So, yeah, still some work to do. As I come back on down to the far side, I'm just looking at the amount of bales as we kind of come over the hill. It looks like it's a lot on this back side of the field, but then you realize that there's a whole section to the front of us as well that there's just so many bales up on this side that you can't even really see. There's a lot of bales out here. I gotta collect all these. It's incredible, to be honest. We're getting there slowly, you guys. I'm just coming down to the very end. You can see the end of my field right here. I'm gonna have to come back and do some headlands. At least the end rows, I think, on both sides is what we'll end up doing. I think that's what we'll do, just the end rows. Obviously, you don't have to do full headlands because we're obviously gonna be right at the edge. But still, we got some extras to pick up still. To be honest, I don't even know if it's really worth it. Doing the end rows, I mean, yeah, sure, there's definitely some grass to be had here for silage. But how much am I actually getting here for a full bale? Maybe 1 or 2 bales? Maybe? Yeah, I don't even know. Oh, and then we got to deal with stuff that's stuck in the... Yeah, it's just not worth it, I don't think. I'm really second guessing doing that. Oh, well. All right, last little bit, and this should do it for this field. Once again, this is all silage work, so it'll take us 2 months for this to turn into silage, and then we can sell it all off for quite the profit. I'm going to hold on to this until next April, most likely, though. April is the best time for us to be selling this off. So we're going to hold on to it for the time being and just kind of stack it over beside, our farmhouse. And yeah, that's the plan going forward, guys. Just a little bit left to get, and we'll be done here. But first cut of the year pretty much done already. I mean, pretty efficient, I think, all in all, once we get some help out here. Yeah, I'm liking it. Perfect. All right, what do you think? Let's get out of here. Let's go pack all this up, and we'll see if we can get kind of prepped for what we have to do in the off season. I got to pick up these bales first. Who am I kidding? Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of bales. We'll pick those up. I don't want to be out in the fog running through these fields again and running into bales. That was terrible. If you missed that one, go check out the last video. That was not fun. Too many bales. Too much fog. So, the Unimog itself, yeah, guys, I'm a little low on fuel. I'm sure I got enough fuel to go and pick up some bales and come back. The Unimog's been running great. I have to admit, I was skeptical when we picked this thing up, but it has been doing actually a fantastic job for pretty much everything we needed to do. I mean, there's like 4 different tasks we've been having to do this with this thing. And, well, like I said, it doesn't exceed at any single one of them. It is just super convenient that we can do all of them. And it will still find a way to get all of the things done that we need to get done. Once again, just not the best that we could have. Now, that John Deere is going to change things, I think. The 8R is definitely going to change things going forward. We're going to be able to get a little bit more efficiency in some ways. It's going to make things a little bit faster, that's for sure. Let's drop these right there. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Yeah, that should be fine. Cool. That looks good. All right, let's pack up the rest of these. And we can go get some fuel. Oh, boy, hang on tight. Oh, no. Oh, we saved it. Okay, last couple bales to grab. The only thing I've had a problem with the Unimog, guys, is fuel, to be honest with you. We go through a lot of fuel. I think I go through more fuel in this thing than all my other tractors combined. I mean, I use it a bit more, but still. It's kind of ridiculous how much fuel we go through with this thing. So, that's one cut right there, just shy of 300 bales. Reasonable. Yeah, that's not bad. But I still think we may be able to do better. I missed a couple. Oh well. You know what? We missed a couple bales. That's just going to... We'll sell those off as grass bales. That's fine. Yeah, there's one more thing. I think, like I said, I want to throw some fertilizer down. I've never fertilized out here on New Hope on these fields. We've never done any kind of fertilizing, so that's something that we should probably... You know what? If we're going to maximize our fields, I think fertilizing is probably the way to do it. Let's go take care of that. Of course, things don't work out in my favor ever out here on New Hope. The fog has rolled back in, so I'm going to be out doing this in the fog. But I did manage to spend some money, and, well, you guys can see, we picked up a brand new fertilizer spreader. This should help maximize yields. Now, with the truck, the Unimog, yeah, it should work just fine. I'm not expecting there's going to be any problems, but I think this combo will go pretty darn well together, to be perfectly honest. So we'll give this a shot, and we'll see how we make do out here in the fields. Spread some fertilizer. We'll see if we can maximize our yields going forward for the rest of this year, and see how many more bales we can possibly make. Unimog engaged. Unfortunately, the weather is not going to cooperate, it looks like, for June. I tried to wait a little bit here, Unfortunately, yeah, we'll be probably ready to harvest in a month or so, so I got to spread the fertilizer now. I was hoping that, you know, at least we could have a nice view while we're doing this. It looks like, well, it looks like this is all I'm going to be able to see during this whole portion. So, you know what? We'll just kind of quickly get through all this and fertilize the rest of this field, and we'll probably move right into harvest. Right once again, we'll be into July, and it'll be harvest, our second cut of the year. I'm hoping that this makes a fairly decent difference. I mean, obviously I had to spend about $56,000. Yeah, hopefully it helps us out. And just like that, we are already into July. Like I said, just put some fertilizer down to see if we can maximize that field one more time. Trying to find ways we can make that $2.5 million as fast as I possibly can. And it seems like I think we're going to be okay. I think this is going to be good. Yeah, we're definitely, I feel like we're getting more bales, guys. I don't know what we're getting. I didn't see. It just looks like there's a substantial amount of bales out in this field. I mean, look at them all out there. Holy. All right, well, the girls are doing pretty good. Gertie, Matilda, and Hillary are all just following tow right now. I think we've got this kind of set up, guys. I managed to be able to do the ups and downs. We managed to get the circles around the telephone poles done properly now. And now I just kind of quickly go do a headland just to kind of maximize everything I possibly can get. Now, to be honest, I'm not doing crazy headlands. We're not getting absolutely everything, but I don't think I need to. I mean, look at all the bales we're getting off this. All right, well, we're going to get some fuel first anyways. We'll get some fuel, and then I'm going to go pick these up. But fuel, organize everything together, and then we'll pick it on up. The Unimog she's thirsty. Oh. You know what? I was thinking maybe I could get a bigger fuel tank for this. I know there's a 300-gallon tank I can get on that Unimog. Maybe we should do that, but we'll worry about that later on. First things first, let's go pick up the bales once again. Just a few hundred. I think we're just shy of 300, so I think I got probably about another 80, or not 80, sorry. I think I got like 30 more bales off that cut. Not bad. I think that's definitely makes it worthwhile. It won't pay for the fertilizer spreader in one harvest, but maybe 1 year, so that ain't bad. That's pretty cool. So, managed to pick all these bales up. Look at how many we've got. You can see I've got 4 more stacks. Actually, 5 stacks compared to the 3.5 that we had last time, so it's pretty good. All right, we're already moved into October. It's already into the fall. We're moving quickly here. Like I said, we're just trying to push ahead, get all the grass cut for silage, see what we can make. But moving into October, we're going to do another cut, our last cut of the year. Let's get on to it. All right, perfect. Everything's set back up once again. I'm not changing a single thing here. I'm trying to make that $2.5 million to take over the Heritage Farm, guys. $2.5 million I need to make. And so far, I think everything should work out okay. I'm going to change one little thing, to be honest. I'm going to change one more little thing. I hired one extra worker. So we've got workers doing absolutely everything now. So you can see I'm just going to put the drone up. We'll take a quick look around, make sure everything's working out all right. But yeah, I am not going to help out at all in this harvest. I'm going to let them all just let her buck. And we'll see how she works out here. But I think everything should work out just dandy fine, I think. Maybe? Hope so. Yeah, look at this. I'm not even touching. We're actually just went and checked them up on the upper field, the north side of the field. Even doing our telephone poles correctly. I don't even have to, no micromanaging on my part. I can actually stand back and just let them take care of this field. If I wanted to, you know what I do need to get? Maybe if I got some more equipment, right? If I had more equipment, I could actually come back and pick up the bales behind them. That would actually probably, well, make the day go by a little bit quicker. That would be the last piece of efficiency I think we could do with this current setup. I think there's some other things I can possibly do to make this go a little bit smoother, but you know what? This is working out actually fairly good so far, guys. Everything's working. Everything's coming up clutch right now. I love it. Got a few more passes to do, it looks like, and then a couple headlands. We'll be done. I think that's all we got left on this side. I just checked on the far side. Yeah, the wrapper was actually lagging behind a little bit, but everything else is like right on time. So they'll be able to get through this part here, and then we'll be on to headlands right away. Like I said, this is perfect. I could just sit back and do what I need to do, everything else, do some maintenance on any of the equipment we have back at the farm, and not have to deal with the harvest anymore. This is actually going to be kind of sweet. Perfect. Look at the amount of freaking bales we've managed to get here. So there'll be another 300-ish bales off this harvest. Yeah, this is kind of, it's good, but it's a lot of bales. I'm so glad we switched over to the square baler though. That round baler was using so much net wrap by comparison to the square baler. That alone, guys, is probably saving me. I don't even know how much money, like, okay, a couple $1,000, but the swather is finally wrapped up, so we can actually to the Unimog and go do all the bale pickups. Yeah, they finished up with the swath, and there's still looks like one more headland to come by and bale up, but we can kind of quickly catch up here with the Unimog since they're all done the swath and everything else has been knocked down. So this I can kind of slowly catch up now. Guys, there's so many freaking bales. I need a better storage place for all these bales, but to be perfectly honest, nothing's breaking yet. Everything, I'm still getting great resolution, great frames. I'm not having any issues even with this amount of bales stacked over here. I thought for sure this would become an issue at some point, but so far I have not found the limitations. I mean, I even threw one more bale up on the top here, more so. And yeah, nothing's caused me issues here. The Unimog's still running just as fine as it has been since I bought it, guys. I don't know. I was expecting this to be, well, more of an issue, to be perfectly blunt and honest here. I mean, I don't know how many bales we've got close to. We will be 1,000 bales here-ish. And yeah, I would expect that this was going to start causing me, well, just some generalized issues. But so far, so good. Yeah, this is incredible. I mean, they look pretty good stacked here. I wish I could actually stack some on top. I'm sure that would probably cause some issues, though, in the grand scheme. Let's be honest. Let's not get over. Let's not try and break things that we don't need to break right now. I mean, we're close enough as is to breaking something. I'm sure of it. But look, this is great, guys. I'm not having any issues whatsoever. I would have thought for sure this would have broken everything in my game. I thought for sure Farmsim would not like this, but so far so good. So 1,000 bales, check. Stacked, looks good. I'm happy. No issues here. We'll see when it's time to sell them off. I think that's the last thing I've got to do with these is just sell these bales off. So that's not going to happen until April. That's when the market prices, as we probably talked about 1,000 times already. April, we're going to be selling these off. So I'll see you guys in a couple months. Wasn't I just talking about how good these bales were together? Yeah, no problems, you guys. I come back after a couple months and my bales are everywhere. We've got a lot of snow, and this is what happens when you get a lot of snow, apparently. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Look at all my freaking bales. I got 1,000 bales everywhere. You know, it's not the end of the world, but so much for nice and organized, right? Still, though, I was expecting that having these bales all off kilter like this was going to cause me some issues with just general visualizations. But hey, I don't know. It's looking good. It's looking good. I can't complain at all. We'll see when we start loading this all up if this keeps on keeping on or if I break something. But so far, yeah, no, this is all right. Well, let's go sell these off then. We'll see. $300,000. So we started at 300,000. What are we going to end up with by the end of this? I'm hoping over $1 million. That's what I'm going for. I want over $1 million. We'll see how close we get to that. We've got one more run to do, and I'm at 1.4 mil. So we made over $1 million. We're at 1.2 million-ish. As 1.2 million bucks from that. So we are right in the wheelhouse. We'll be able to make the 2.5 million next year. It's going to happen. It's happening. It's actually going to happen. We're going to make enough money. One more year. I got one more year, and we can afford to buy the Heritage Farm. So as long as I can find a way to make sure I make that $1 million again, I want to have a little bit more, of course, going through to next year, but I think we're looking good. 10 years in, and I think we can finally afford to buy the Heritage Farm we've been looking at buying out here on New Hope the whole time. 10 years it's taken us to raise $2.5 million. That was the goal. And today, I think we're going to actually, well, we'd be pretty darn close to making it, all right? Well, there's a lot behind me. We gotta go sell this stuff off. Let's go take a look and see what we could do with all this. I've got literally a whole year worth of silage bales to go sell off. There's a lot of bales here, like a lot of freaking bales. We gotta sell all these bales off. We'll see exactly how much we make off these. Like I said, I need to make 2.5 mil, so I need 1.2-ish, a little bit less than that. 1.2 million bucks I need to make from these bales to be able to buy the Heritage Farm. Now, there's still a problem. I'm going to need more than that, realistically, right? Like, that's not going to be quite enough to get pie on, right? I think 2.5 million bucks to buy the farm is great. I'm going to need some money. Oh boy, that's a tight squeeze. I'm going to need some money for operating costs going forward too. I just can't have 2.5 million and send it all to the new farm, right? Yeah, that's not going to work. So let's see if we can make more, hopefully. I know I have a pretty good idea what this is worth, what all these bales are worth. The fog is definitely not helping me, but I'm pretty good at knowing what we have for money coming in here. And I think we're going to be pretty close to... Oh boy. Oh boy, that's close. It's going to be really close if we're going to make enough money. Oh my... Oh, wow, no! Oh, come on. Really? Come on. Ridiculous. So, we're going to try and sell the rest of these bales off. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We can make this. We can make this work. Now, like I said, my plan is 2.5 mil. We'll buy the heritage farm. I would love to have a bit more, like closer to $3 million, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Just doing the quick and simple math here, we're going to be super close, and I don't think we're going to have much left over for extra cash. Last load, 2.443 mil. I need like over half a mil here. Come on, get up there. Get up. Oh, really? I need $7,500. Guys, I'm short by $7,500. I can't believe that. Darn it. Okay, well, nothing else to do. We can't buy the heritage farm quite yet, but that means we've got to go do some more baling. So let's get back into the field. Let's go. All right, I got everyone back running again. We're going to bale this field one more time out here. I've got everything running. Everything should be... maybe not. I said everything should be smooth. I was going to say everything is going to run smoothly. Everything's going to run smoothly, right? You can move forward. There is room for you. Gertie, you're killing me here. Just move that truck. Move the John Deere. Let's go. Move it. Okay, we got them. They're straightened up. They're good. They're good to go. Okay, everything should be straightened up now. Everything should be good. Just need to finish off this field. Get it? Oh boy. Easy, easy. Everyone's spinning around on me. No, watch out. All right. Oh boy. Did she just really run in? Oh man. I'm telling you. You'd think after 10 years of doing this 3 times a year, we'd have this figured out, but nope. Apparently, we're just going to run into each other a whole bunch. Great. All right, so we got everything baled finally. The fog is... Maybe it was the fog. The fog is our problem. But I need to wait now for that silage to ferment, guys. We need to get the silage to ferment so we can sell it off in a couple months, because that's where our money is going to be. So this is going to take me a few months to wait around, and hopefully we can turn this into some cold hard cash so we can buy that heritage farm finally. 2.5 million. You know what? This might work out better in a way because now I'll have extra money like I planned out all along. Right? Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense. Yeah, that was totally my plan. Like the whole time we're going to be up short and then we're going to make all our money. We'll have more money totally part of my plan. I'll see you guys in a few months. All right, so it's time to sell off this silage. June is here. And, we got some bales we could sell off. So silage bales, we could have fermented. We could sell all these guys off. Shouldn't be nearly as much difficulty as we had before, at least. Right? Should be a straightforward sale, I think. Easy. Nice. Okay, cool. All right, we're good. Yeah, like I said, this will push us over the 2.5 mil mark. I had to spend money on fertilizer, so that's why we lost about 50 grand there. That's par for the course. That happens. But... I mean, what's here? What are we going to get per one sale here? We're at 2.44. Easy. Then those bales come off. They come off a little hard. Easy. Okay, then 2.5 mil. We're at 2.5 with the first load. I'm going to sell off the rest of these bales, mind you. So, like well over $140,000 for one trailer full. That ain't bad, guys. 2.77 million bucks. So that's it. We've accomplished our goal. It took 10 freaking years to do it, but we finally have enough money to go buy the heritage farm. Now, there's going to be some decisions that need to be made at some point here. I'm not quite sure what to do now. The amount of property we're going to get with this farm is kind of ridiculous, to be honest, by comparison. We're going to like quadruple the amount of land we have, so... Well, you know what? Instead of showing you on a map, how about we go up to the farm and take a look for ourselves? Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. We got the Ford F-350. We're going to go take this up. You know what? We haven't been using this truck at all lately, to be perfectly honest. I've been able to walk next door to the farmer's market for all my groceries. So, yeah, this truck has been kind of useless since we got the trailers. Because I don't need to run over bales either. Which is a good thing. All right, all the way through the valley. Let's go. as we get to the far side, you can kind of see it up on the hillside there. There's the heritage farm right there. It's not too far away, but it's definitely more of a trek to get up to town now. This land we're on right here, this is all mine now. All of this in this area right here, yep, all mine. So I don't even know how many acres it is off the top of my head. We gotta double check that actually. But we're looking at well over quadrupling the amount of land we have with the $2.5 million heritage farm. The farm itself, yeah, not much to look at, I have to admit. It's seen better days. Yeah, it's in pretty rough shape. We're gonna have to clean this up and figure out what's usable and what's not. We do have a silo system. We got the shed, of course. We got the farmhouse. You know what? We could take a look inside this. Open. Yeah, it's better than the trailer I'm living in right now, I suppose. Like some dust bunnies to clean up, but that's all right. We could clean that up, make it look good. There goes the $2.5 million out of the account. We're left with $277,000. It's still not bad. $277,000. Is that going to be enough for all some of the stuff I'm going to want to do? I've got to make some purchases pretty quick. You know what? Let's just take a look in the old barn here. Looks like I got to clean up this. That's a bit of a problem. You know what? That's easy enough to clean up. You know what? We can quickly knock that down. Maybe plant some grass too. I'm thinking that some of the areas. Oh, this looks okay. The silo is pretty good over here, but there's some spots just around. I don't know if we're gonna keep like down over here. I think I might clean that up, and I just need to put some more grass down to make it look a little bit nicer. This field I'm gonna leave though. Let's clean some of this stuff up. Like I said, this stuff here, let's clean out all of the barn here. I'm going to clean all the stuff out of this to make it look nice again. This is ridiculous. And from here, like I said, I'm going to try and get some grass going on some of the areas, I think, around the farm. So just to kind of tidy it up a little bit. I'm going to keep some of the farmlands for sure. The dead wheat farm we have here, we're going to take that over. I'm not sure what to do with it yet, but we're going to leave it. Cool. That looks a lot better. We got some grass growing now. The farm's been kind of cleaned up. It's a little bit easier for me to manage now, at least. Just need to figure out what we're going to do with this. But like this field here, I'm going to leave this for now. We're going to replant this and redo something with this field. I'm not quite sure what to do with it yet, but I don't know. The front side up here is the same thing. I think on the right side, I'm going to just turn it to grass. Yeah, I think like that's going to be grass over here because it's pretty small. But the left side, we're probably going to clean that all up. And to clean this up, I needed something that was a little bit bigger than the cultivator we had beforehand. We had to buy some new toys. Unfortunately, we also need some new rubber on this tractor. Yeah, that looks like she's hurt. It's time for new rubber. So let's replace those tires. You know what? We'll probably repair it. Yeah, let's repair this thing as well and replace the tires. Perfect. Okay. So new tires fixed up. The 8R is good to go. We've got a brand new Summers disc. Set me back 60 grand as well. That's a reasonable price. Like we're not breaking the bank. It's a good sized disc for the 8R. I think this is going to work out fairly well. Now, as far as fields go, I want to do, oh boy, let me think here. Probably about 100 acres, maybe times 2. I think we'll get about 200 acres, 2 100-acre fields built on the old farm. Plus, we'll have, I think it's about a 30-acre field attached. All that dead, whatever's the dead wheat there, the dead dried out wheat, that's about 30 acres. So between those, I'm not sure what to actually plant. Yeah, guys, I'm still kind of on the fence because we got to buy equipment if we plant something other than, well, hay. So I've got to figure out exactly what to do now. We're already into June, so that also kind of limits, well, what's available to us. So it's not like we're going to be able to plant something and get harvest off these fields other than hay, of course, this year. So do I just want to stick with that, or should we diversify a little bit and start getting into some different crops out here? And I'm kind of leaning towards that, to be perfectly honest. Easy, come on up, climb the hill. Holy, this thing is a pretty steep hill. Holy. All right, we're gonna start off. I'm not even gonna worry about the old field behind the farm there. I'm gonna come into the side here beside the barn. We're gonna take out this, whatever's left of this little area of a field. We're gonna knock this down. And I'm going to create a brand spanking new field. Let me just see if I can line this up correctly. That's going to be, like I said, about 100 acres. So this is going to be part of it, this little section down here. We're going to wrap this over around the left-hand side of the backside of the barn here. And then it's going to go all the way down. Oh boy, let's see if we can get this corner nice and kind of straight. It's going to go all the way down, not quite to the tree line. I've marked out roughly well, how big the property that I own. There's a section of land at the very back that is technically not part of this heritage farm. So I'm not going all the way to the tree line down there, but I'm going fairly close. And then on top of that, it's going to be fairly wide as well, all the way to the other tree grove. You know, we'll show it to you here as we kind of come around. So this is the back line right now. It's lined up with the old field as well. And then this goes all the way to, I guess it'd be the east side as we get up to this other tree line. So it's got to go between these two tree groves and then back towards the farm again. Now, once we get back around to the side of the farm here, we're already cut back and around. There was this huge area down here that is, well, this is all going to be field. This whole section down here, this is all mine now. Everything you can see within the tree lines here, this is all part of this one massive field. So this is going to be a good sized field. We'll see what we decide to plant on this. It's got some good coverage for wind at least, and it's pretty close. It's obviously nice and close to the farm. Yeah, well, I have good feelings about this, but we just got to get in here and take over this field. It's all just grass and regular grass right now, field grass, which is obviously kind of useless for my future endeavors. Now, do we want to plant? Like I'm fighting with not planting silage or doing hay again and getting silage, guys. Really fighting with that idea. I mean, this is a massive field. It'd be super easy for me to put some grass down on here and never have to think about it again. But at the same token, I've already been doing that for 10 years. We've got a silo now. So with that farm, that being said, how big is that silo? It's pretty small. Do we want to diversify and start getting into something a bit different? Because as we cut around the corner here at the bottom side, you can see the farms all the way up there, and you can see that a tree line. Like, this is a good sized plot of land. We could start getting into something that'd be a little bit different. A little crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what we're going to do yet, but like I said, the heritage farm, obviously they did some small wheat farm here. We could do something similar. It obviously was something that they planted at one point in time. We got a bunch of pathways through. Interestingly enough, we go through those paths. That's all my fields. That's farmland I'm going to be taking over on the far side at some point in time as well. I got more plans that I got to show you guys, but let's keep it on the down low still. There's still another field I'm going to make. It might be today. We'll see. But yeah, look at all these like little paths. There's a path back behind us. I think one or two paths, and then you got this little footbridge right here as well. We got all these little pathways that'll lead to other parts of our farm. Huh, okay. That's cool. I don't know if I need it because, well, the main road system is like right in front of us. So I don't know if I need to duck through there for anything. Like the road's right here that goes up to the farm. Yeah, see, I don't know if I need to worry about that. Anyways, that was one headland, by the way. So we're just coming up now, cleaning up. We'll clean up the rest of this, but that there is pretty much, if you get an idea how big that plot of land is, it's going to make for a good size harvest, whatever we decide to plant there. I just need to figure out, maybe there's, see what the market values are for everything. We're going to have to double check that before we get into it. But, I mean, first things first, let's till this land up and prep everything before we even get into that. This land's never been planted, of course, so we're going to make sure we do our best to take care of all this first. All right, third headland on the go, looking good. It's coming together. It's starting to really come together as we zip around the far side here. We'll be done this little peninsula fairly quickly, and then just the steep hillside. I'm going to start being back and forth. Once we get the peninsula done, we'll come down on this far side, which is much larger. Lots of fields still to go, though. Yeah, lots and lots of field. 100 acres-ish. Oh, you know what? We got a tree that I've got to figure out how we're going to circle around, too, to be honest. Yeah, there's one tree out on this large section that's it's a nice big oak tree. I think we'll leave it. Maybe we'll call it the lone oak. I don't know. I don't even know if it's an oak, to be perfectly honest. That might be a little bit cheeky for you long-term viewers. I don't think we can call it that. Yeah, there it is, right there. Let's. Is it an oak? It could be an oak. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe we'll do it just to be cheeky. Maybe we can do that. Maybe that's the lone oak circled off on the hillside. I mean, there are some similarities. Just saying. Yeah, that figures. Here comes the rain. You know what? I had big plans today to get another full field done. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get the second field done today. We're pushing into the afternoon. Rain's coming. Everything's going to be saturated. I'll have to do this tomorrow, but this field, we're going to get this one done here for sure. Yeah, last little bit here is the rain. Everything's getting soaked. This is terrible. Why does it always rain when I got big days ahead of me? It would have been nice to have it yesterday when I was doing the baling. Why couldn't it have done it then or when I was selling stuff off? No, let's do it today. Let's rain now when I'm trying to get some work done. Every time. Oh well, last pass, we got her done regardless. Looks good. Last little bit down here on the old field section. I'm happy with that. Sweet. All right, let's put this over in the farmyard for now, and we'll call it a day right there, I think. I got plans for another field, but we'll take care of it. I guess we'll take care of that tomorrow. Yeah, I nothing else I can do, guys. We'll take care of the other part of the field, the other 100-acre field tomorrow, and I think we'll just call that for today. So I'll see you next month, I guess. So 10 years in, we finally have the Heritage Farm. It took us 10 freaking years to raise $2.5 million to buy this farm. I'm really quite happy with it, actually. I like the amount of land we're going to have here. It's going to be, yeah, there's a lot of potential with this, but we need to make some more money first. First, I mean, with the $200,000 I currently have in the old bank account, it's not going to be enough for us to run this farm and build it up yet. So we've got the new field. You can see this brand new 100-acre field we've taken care of. It's prepped, brand new, knocked down all the field grass, guys. It's huge. Like, there is a lot of room down here for activities. But to be perfectly honest, there is way more to this than just that. As we leave the farm, you can see here's the other field I was talking about. We decided to till up a whole other section of grass field we had on the southern side, closer to town, and that's another 100 acres. So between the two, I think we have the makings of a massive farm if we can get it planted and get it harvested, which means we need some more equipment. I mean, good sized fields. Now, I also have this small field here, the small 30-acre field. We'll have to figure out something for this one as well. We'll leave this as is, maybe our test field. But the big ones is what I'm really kind of looking forward to. Now, in order to prep these, of course, I'm going to have to throw some lime down. I mean, a lot of lime. We're going to prep these fields as best we can since I can't plant this year. If I'm planting anything other than grass, like we talked about, I can't do it. So I might as well throw the lime down for now. Get these fields prepped to the proper state, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, these fields are going to bring in some serious cash. I just don't know. I don't have the storage for it either. That's a whole other problem we're going to be running into in the next little bit. So we really need to figure out what we're going to plant on these fields. What should we run? Should we run something different? What's the plan going forward? Maybe we should do... Oh, I just had an idea. You know what? I'm not going to wreck it, though. If you guys have any ideas, you know what? You guys know what to do. Drop it in the comments. If you have something we should do that'd be different. If you say poplars, we're probably not going to do it. I'm not going to lie. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. As we wrap this up, I've got a couple 100 acres we're going to have to throw some lime down on. I need to go back and bale as well at the old farm. We're going to have to make some money, get that prepped and ready to go so we have some money for some new equipment come the new year. So I've got my work cut out for me for the next probably couple of months. So I'll catch up with you guys once we get all that done and we're ready to figure out what we're doing with this field. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Drop a like, of course. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new here around the channel so you don't miss out and see what we're doing next out on New Hope. And yeah, we'll come out and figure out what the heck we're going to plant with these. I'm kind of excited. It's like a whole new lease on life now. Finally moving away from the silage. Maybe. Maybe? Not necessarily. See you next time.